I don't care. I don't care. Have no sympathy. Don't care. I don't care. I just don't care. I'm sorry.
Hello. It is me. It is the Plunge Father. It's Thursday night. Thursday Night Football's on right now. I don't have a TV behind me, but perhaps when Chugs joins us, he'll be kind enough to throw it on the background in a way that Twitch won't take us down for a copyright infringement or something. But we're going to figure something out because tonight is a celebration. We're going to be doing lots of fun stuff. We're going to kick off tonight with a conversation with Andras, if I said that right. We'll bring him on in a minute or two to talk about EtherCards, which is a really interesting platform that I think a lot of us that at least I interact with on a regular basis don't have a ton of exposure to. And I'm really hopeful that the conversation that we have will be insightful and informative to you all. So I'm going to channel all of you because I don't know much about it and I'm really excited to learn about it. But the second thing that we're going to be talking about in significant detail tonight is Top Shot. And a lot of you here are here because of Top Shot. And part of the reason that you're here is because we're giving away a ton of shit tonight, like a lot. And I want to make it abundantly clear that this is all made possible by one user. His name is #moments. And he is one of the OG 9 Lives Lounge members in the Cool Cats Discord. He is, what's the right word? It is a consummate bear or bullish Top Shot user. He believes in the future of Top Shot. He believes in the future utility of the Cool Cats set. And he wanted to make a big, big dent in a big, big way to explain to everyone that how much like this community matters. And the 9 Lives Lounge in particular. One of the things that we do and have sort of used as a rallying cry over the last few months since we started the Cool Cats Discord before the 9 Lives Lounge existed in Top Shot was like the concept of make your own utility. And there's lots of projects out there. You see this all across the board with, moment ranks and some of the daily fantasy stuff that's going on. How do you make use of the things that are put in front of you? Don't wait for people to do things for you. And this is the type of thing that we're doing. And I'm so happy that Dumbo and everybody else in the 9 Lives Lounge is supportive of that. But this is all like very significantly made possible tonight by Hold These Moments. So give big ups to him. And we're going to start out, thanks so much to Dumbo, because guess what? We're going to start the concept, start the party with a quick giveaway. So there were 3, I'm going to share my screen here. There were 3 people that got chosen from the quick community giveaway in the 9 Lives Lounge earlier today. And those 3 people were, if I'm not mistaken, is Too Fat, Dunny, and Miami Wolf. Those are the 3 users in the 9 Lives Lounge. And in order, we are going to give them a spin of the wheel. And there are multiple wheels that we have tonight of these lovely moments and some other prizes as well. And we're going to start with Miami Wolf. So Miami Wolf is going to spin. We're going to spin on behalf of Miami Wolf, the tier 3 wheel. And you'll notice that we're going to use these throughout the night. There's a couple different things that we're going to sort of integrate with the NFL game that's going on. So we'll be utilizing that game and the Cool Cats moments that you all have or don't, as the case may be, and some of the forms that we filled out earlier, to play some serial numbers, and you'll see. But this spin right here, this is going to be the first prize of the night, and this is going to the first winner of that community Discord giveaway, Miami Wolf. So on behalf of Miami Wolf, let's spin this wheel and see what he and or she, what they end up with. All right, nice. So they're going to take home Giannis 7,500. This is a Series 2 base set Giannis moment that I'm pretty sure goes for like, I don't know, $70, something like that. Oh, hey, Greg Murray, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. How are you? Oh, you're muted. You're muted, buddy. Okay. Mike, mic check 1 2. Oh, that's brutal. Okay. give it come back when you get that figured out. Okay. Well, nice job. Miami, you're going to take home that Giannis S2 7500. I'll actually open it up and be a top shot because it's helpful to talk about the moments that we're showing. So let me pull this up really quickly and we'll see exactly what it is on the marketplace right now. Giannis Antetokounmpo, and then series 2. Oh, sorry. Base set is what we want. Base set series 2. And it's the one out of 7,500, which I think is this one. Yeah. So 50, just over $50, which is great. Actually, on this moment, it's a really nice moment. So awesome. Good way to start for us out the gate. So now after this, the next giveaway that we have going to Dunny. Dunny is the next winner from that 9 Lives Lounge Discord. And we're going to spin wheel number 2. And this is the tier 2 wheel. So you'll see a couple handful of things on here. We've got a couple different, you'll notice this 0.1 ETH. 0.1 ETH. That's direct ETH. It's coming straight from my wallet if you hit this, or any one of these 5 other moments from Top Shot. You got Wiseman 4 badge. I think that's in the $200 something range. LeBron 2021 playoffs, $140 range, somewhere in there. Michael Porter Jr. Rising Stars. I think it's in the $120 range. Cole Anthony 4 badge, $170 range. And 0.1 ETH is Chugs. Greg, what's 0.1 ETH these days?
350
bucks, something like that. We'll give it a go. All right, here we go.
Thursday.
It's a good Thursday.
Yeah,
so
Dunny is going to
take home. Dunny is going to take home the LeBron 2021 playoffs moment. Awesome.
Boom.
Good start. Dunny, great job. Chugs, 9 Lives Lounge member. How are you? Good to see you.
I'm good. I've got football behind me. I just want everybody to know if I am late, which I know that's kind of on brand for me.
Yeah,
it is 100% because it's dependent on how quickly I can get my daughter to sleep, who's like 2. She turned 2 literally on Monday. So
congratulations.
Yeah. It's a reason, not an excuse.
I know. I got you. Greg, how are you?
I'm doing okay. Can you hear me now?
We can.
Loud and clear. Okay. I had to turn the fan off, so
good service.
It's going to be like 95 degrees in here.
Cat Lasso, by the way. Great realization.
Love it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that a little bit later on, that Greg's Twitter avatar looks like Ted Lasso from the show. But the last start off giveaway that we're going to do here is to the user Too Fat. And they get to spin the tier 1 wheel. What do you guys think's on the tier 1 wheel? Some really good stuff. We got a LaMelo 4 badge, $1,000 moment. LeBron Seeing Stars. It's up there. 600.
It's like it's like $600 or so at least, I think.
LeBron S2 base. I'm pretty sure this I should put 1,500 and 7,500 here. So the 1,500, that's the no look 350. S2 base 7,500. Best moment in Top Shot, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Giannis, and then there were 4. That's a rare one. And then what's this down here? What's that? That's a Luka
cool cat. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Like, seriously, whoever wins that, if they're not a cool cat person, it's like you might as well just go for it. Well, I mean, obviously the LaMelo is the big chunk, but like that gets you a good. No, gets you a good ways.
This is like $1,700, dude.
Yeah, that's well. I mean, the LaMelo is like 5,800 though,
and a quarter of an ETH is like $800 too.
Yeah.
So we should roll it. Hey, Too Fat.
Freaking, that's legit though.
Too Fat. What are you getting? Good thing you own 30 of 30.
Oh man.
Oh, that's good though.
Is he getting the LeBron?
There's no bad ones on here. There's nothing bad on there.
You can't lose. You can't lose.
Can't lose. You literally can't lose spinning these wheels. It's crazy. It's
almost like owning the Cool Cat set brings utility that you never would have thought existed before.
It's almost like being a part of a community where you own specific NFTs. There are differing things that the ownership of those NFTs might grant you in the future, because that's important. And we're going to talk about that at length with our first guest of the night. And we will get back to more of these giveaways after we have a lovely conversation with Andras. Oh man, I'm going to get that wrong 15 times, from the EtherCards team. So we're going to bring him on, more giveaways to come. But we'll bring in Andras and talk with him a little bit. How are you tonight?
What's up?
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me on this stream. I am doing well. How about you?
Good.
Great.
Good.
Outstanding.
I was explaining to Andras before the stream that tonight is an interesting night in the United States, in that we are going up against Thursday Night Football, which is the first football game of the year. Chugs, score check. What are we at?
It is 14-16 Dallas, and Dallas it looks like punted, and Tampa has got a decent return out of it. 3 minutes left in the half, so it's looking like a pretty good game. I mean, Tampa Bay is the defending champs, so everybody's kind of expecting them to just kind of walk on to an easy week 1 win. But Dallas is a pretty good, they're a good roster. They're on Hard Knocks. They got all the buzz and everything. So
cool.
That's it.
So Andras, you're in Singapore, if
Yep.
I'm not mistaken. How long have you been in Singapore?
15 years.
Okay.
Long time.
Long time. And where was home initially?
Home is in Hungary, but I lived everywhere. I lived actually 6 years in the US some decades ago. And then I moved to Japan. And then from Japan, I moved to Singapore.
Interesting. So EtherCards. I was explaining to you earlier that it wasn't a disrespectful thing. It was a tactical thing that I chose not to learn anything about EtherCards before this conversation because I want to learn it from you. I could learn a bunch of stuff on the internet if I wanted to, but who better to learn it from than the person that founded it?
Okay.
Let's talk about the genesis of EtherCards and what it is at a high level, and then we will dig in and I will ask questions from the chat and sort of be the vessel by which we learn more about your platform.
Okay, so 2 minutes intro, 3 minutes intro about us, the team. We started on this blockchain thing, about in what was 2013 when Bitcoin was $10 and Ethereum did not exist. And we actually built the first Bitcoin ATM in Asia in 2014. We deployed it in 2014 February. After that, we wanted to do something more exciting and better, and we actually built a system for people to issue their own tokens. It was back in 2014, no Ethereum yet. So we forked Ripple at that time. We removed XRP so it cannot be pumped, and built in some tools to make it more private. It went pretty well, but later that year, Ethereum beta came out, and it was so significantly better than what we built that we dropped whatever we had and started to work with Ethereum. So we have been working in Ethereum since the beta days. And we actually started working with NFTs like 3 years ago, way before it became like fashionable. And in the first months, we went through we can put a JPEG on a token phase, and we wanted to see what else we can do with the technology. So we built ticketing systems and other stuff on top of NFTs. And eventually, about a year ago, we started to seriously think about in what ways we can actually make use of this platform. So we started to work on EtherCards, and EtherCards is a platform as a service using NFTs that can make anybody with a community to engage, grow, and monetize that community. So this is an NFT system that enables you, the issuer of the cards, to engage and monetize and grow your community. We did a fairly successful start back in March when we issued our own cards for our own community. Because we are using this platform as a test bed for ourselves. I think we sold about $9 million worth of NFTs in the first 24 hours and ended up in around 20 million-ish. So, and
it's not a bad sale.
That was incredibly great. But more importantly, it gave us a lot of runway and a lot of interest from other people who wanted this functionality for themselves. So that's why we had the luck to work together with people like LaMelo Ball, Steve Aoki, Mike Tyson, Dirty Robot, and a lot of other people for whom we actually help them to issue their own NFTs on their own sites, own platforms. And now we are working on our own self-service platform where anybody can utilize this technology and issue their own NFTs.
So the plunge in NFTs that we've been talking about, Greg and Chugs, about making, but none of us either A, have enough time, or B, have enough technical know-how to do on our own. This is in theory a service on top of, it's not just EtherCards is an NFT, it's EtherCards is a platform on which the extensibility of this concept can be kind of doled out to others, and other communities can utilize that same infrastructure.
This is exactly what we are doing. Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
I'm super good at paraphrasing and like repeating things back to people. So you'll notice that about me. But okay, so that makes sense. So you mentioned a couple of those higher, sort of like recent big names that you've worked with, but take me back a little bit to the original sale and the original EtherCards that you sold initially. So am I on the right page on, I assume you can see my screen.
I would, if I were you, I would go to explorer.ether.cards. I think that would be a good way to explain what it is about. Explorer.ether.cards. That's right.
I'll send it to everybody in the chat as well.
Yeah, so these are the actual cards that we sold. Not the first 10. The first 10 are the creator cards. That is for our team. Those are the single digit cards from 0 to 9. Then
which one is yours?
The very first one, but I don't have my final image on it yet. I did not have time to get it done. Then the 10 from 10 to 99, there are the OG cards with fantastic images, as you can see, which are really very cool. Very nice. But these things can actually do way more than presenting images. If you I don't know. Usually, I go with one of the dirty robots but you can actually just pick any of the cards that you like. Just click on them and see what this card is capable of doing. Okay, so as you can see, this looks like a nice card. Let's stick with one. I can explain it to you. And click on that. Click on that turn in that icon in the middle. Yes. It loads in. As you can see on the back of the card, we have these layers. We call them accidental collaboration because we got 15 different artists creating 5 layers each. If you hover over the middle of the card, you will see those, not that one, that one. And you can actually see the layers, just move away the mouse from the layers, and they're kind of collapsing. And just click into that, right? So you can see that this card was made by these 5 layers, created by different artists. And but this is a nice way that people are collecting different collections. But this is not the major thing about the card. If you please go back to the card and turn it back to the other side. No, just in the middle. There we go. On the top right corner, there is this 14, number 14. These are the traits on the card. Traits are features and functions that make sense in the context in which the cards were issued. So LaMelo Ball has very different traits from Steve Aoki, from Mike Tyson or Dirty Robot. And these traits make kind of sense in our own ecosystem, with our own community. So you can get discount rates, you can get like tickets, which enables you to enter into like gaming events and other stuff. You can get other fun stuff that works on the card. Like this one has a Force Protector. Force Protector is a trait that you can use if you put this card with another one into a forge. Then you can pick up layers the way you want it. And normally, you would have to sacrifice one of the cards to get the card you want, basically merging it together. But if you have a Force Protector trait on your card, then you don't have to sacrifice the other card. So basically, this saves your card. You basically makes the forge free for you. Then it will burn, so you cannot use it multiple times. You can have free tickets. You can have other things. For example, interesting stuff for the Mike Tyson series that we did at OpenSea. One of the best card of Mike Tyson series, you can actually book 30 minutes time with the man himself.
Okay.
So
So it's like you sort of imbue the utility with what you're willing to sort of do. So and I'm not sure if you're familiar or follow the VFriends NFT project that Gary V put out, but many of the different VFriends, like individual NFTs themselves correspond to some level of interaction or engagement with him, whether it's lunch or playing ping pong or whatever those things are. So sort of as a currency to exchange and a portal to exchange interaction essentially with the person.
Yeah, that is part of our platform. So once the platform is out, you can actually design your interactions and actually provide the traits that make sense for your community. Could it be discounts? Could it be free drops? Could it be extra NFTs or any kind of interaction?
Spins on the wheel. Spins on the tier 1 wheel.
Absolutely. Like in other cases, like Dirty Robots Drove, if you want to go to dirtyrobot.com, I can actually explain more about the actual utilizing the platform as well.
Yeah, let's
Dirty Robot
an example.
Is an incredibly talented artist, and he is doing this drop. It's called Seasons. He's creating 4 NFTs for each season. If you go down a little bit even more to the 4 cards, these ones. I'm sorry, a little bit up to the actual card.
Oh, here we go.
That one, these ones. So these 4 cards are for the summer cards. The summer cards are 4 separate NFTs. It comes in both versions, day and the night version. If you have a day and the night version, you can forge them together, and then you will get an animated card that will change the color scheme based on your time of the day. So in the early morning, it will be early morning colors, or afternoon or late night. And then you can put those 4 cards into the time, the Space Forge, and you will get this very image. And then this image will actually change based on the time. And also these NFTs are coming with traits. You can get a redeem trait where you can get like a high quality print from Dirty Robot with his signature, or even a session with him where he might actually draw something for you, or he can actually talk to you about his art. Yeah, these are the Dirty Robot summer drop NFTs.
Wow. Interesting. Okay. Really interesting stuff. So, and this is all built on, there's a layer here, Dirty Robot sitting over the top, right? That's the kind of entryway, but the technology supplanting it, or like that's supporting it, is EtherCards.
Yes, this is very important. We are not going to be a marketplace. What we are building is a technology as a platform that people can use. As you can see, this is on dirtyrobot.com. Lamello's cards are on lamello.io. So they are utilizing EtherCards technology, but they are on their own platform. And if I may ask you to go back to for a second for the explorer.ether.cards page.
Yeah, absolutely.
And click on one of the cards with a nice image.
I like this one.
Okay, and then click on the small OpenSea icon.
Right
on the right of the card.
This one, right?
Yes, this is the one. So once it loads, you will see that the card actually retains most of its dynamicism on OpenSea as well. So if you go onto the card, you can actually turn it around. You can see the layers on the other side. You can turn it back, and you can even see the traits. You can interact with the traits on OpenSea. So the cards bring the platform with them, and bring the interaction with them even to OpenSea. And so that is basically the case with all the cards that we are doing. Is the same with the Dirty Robot cards, and same with your cards when you are going to do it on the platform. It's
this is a no-brainer.
And so basically this is what we are focusing on, giving utility behind the beauty of the cards, and making sure that they can actually be used to engage and grow your community.
It's super interesting. I am curious. why cards? Like, I imagine that wasn't the only thing that you kicked around when you were, teasing out ideas a year ago. But
That's a funny story. It's basically we had ether.cards as domain and we just picked it. But we are
so maybe
actually
there isn't something crazy. Okay, that's a good story too.
We are actually right now going to a rebranding exercise with probably the best one of the best agencies in the market.
Okay.
With Red Antler, they actually also did Candy.com, so they are pretty good. So we will change. Probably we will change name. We will change branding, but it's going to happen by about January.
Okay. If you need a focus group person, just let me know. I'll tell you if it's good or not.
Done.
Like if I would basically like, I know that this is sort of silly, but the three of us as like American males between 30 and 40 who have like relative expendable income, who are technologically forward, like I know that there is a lot more diversity in the NFT market more broadly, but like if you can convince this demographic, then like everything sort of flows from there. So that's sort of the joke. But if you ever need some input, my consulting fee is very, very low. It's very limited. I just need like a pat on the back and maybe like a nice word or two. I don't need anything. Just
absolutely. And we can I'm pretty sure we can work out something, but I'm sorry for this. Let me put you on the spot with this one. This is absolutely not scripted. We did not actually think about it, talk about it, but the idea came to me when I was watching you with the giveaway of what you did. So I would like to offer 3 EtherCards to your community. I don't know how we're going to distribute it, maybe in the next stream or something.
No, we can do it right now. So we have a tool that's called Nightbot. And what it does, so there's 250 people in the chat, and we can say, hey, everybody that's here, type blah, blah, blah into the chat, and then everybody that does it will be entered, and we can roll the giveaway, and it will pick someone directly from the stream that's here right now.
Okay. So what we do, we have a vault of founder cards. The founder cards is the lower tier cards, but right now they have a floor of 0.68 ether, which is better than a poke in the eye. And
much better.
It's a lot.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
And so I offer 3 cards from our vault. 3 founder cards.
Wow.
I honestly didn't expect anything, but this is awesome. It's like a lot. Okay, cool.
The chat's been I've been following the chat while you've been talking. The chat's very interested in just, this is like kind of a whole nother layer of the onion in NFT world to a lot of people that have kind of come in through, they come in mostly through NBA Top Shot, which is basically just, it's digital collectibles with sports, and then they kind of branched into the profile pick thing. And so this is a completely much deeper application. Yeah. So this is great.
And I didn't even think about is the actual big giveaway that we are going to do in September, and which is, I truly think it's without comparison. We are giving away fractionalized. We are giving away 27 CryptoPunks, which is which worth about $10 million.
Yeah,
I remember when I heard that, and I was like, "Is this real?"
Yes, it is. It is absolutely real. I don't right now have the wallet address, but everybody can look at the punks, and they are absolutely real. It's going to be more than 30 punks though, because since we bought the punks, they also gave birth to Meebits. So we are going to throw the Meebits into the giveaway as well.
Might as well. Why not?
Might as well. So talk us through. So what does that look like? And I just sent the blog to everybody in the chat to go read up on it. But kind of walk us through. You mentioned fractionalizing this. So you're actually gonna it's gonna be vaulted, all 30 of these punks or however many in the Meebits, and then you're gonna airdrop a token or a big group of tokens to people that hold
all the EtherCards. So all the EtherCards will receive an even amount of these fractions. So there is no chance here, no randomness in this one. We have made 3 major type of cards. We have the OGs. OGs are the 2-digit cards from 10 to 99. Those are the most valuable ones. And so they will get straight up 0.1 punks worth of dust, which is going to be the token which we use to fractionalize the punks. So if you have an OG, by definition, you have 1/10 of a punk.
So like 10 ETH right now, because the floor is like 100, right?
Yeah. And then we have the alpha cards. Alpha cards are the ones with 3-digit serial numbers from 100 to 999. Those will get 1/10 of that, so 1% of a punk.
So like 1 ETH.
1 ETH. And then we have
assuming 100 ETH valuation for a floor punk.
Yes. Yeah. And then we have the founder cards, the ones that are giving away now. They all will have 0.1% worth of dust.
There you go. So like 0.1 ETH on top of whatever the value of it is on resale too. So that's awesome.
Yes.
So anybody that gets one of these 3 founders cards will be getting 0.01 of a punk.
Yeah. By definition.
Wow.
That's pretty wonderful.
And
so, that's incredible. So how did you, so I guess my first question on this is, how did you acquire the punks and when did you acquire the punks?
When we acquired the punks, the floor was between 15 and 20 ETH. So it was
good investment.
way cheaper.
Gosh, I wish I had 15 ETH back then.
I know, right?
But
I remember
when it was there, but I'm telling you, when it was there, everybody thought that this is, because that is incredibly big, because we did not know what's coming. So it's easy to be or pretend to be smart in retrospect that yes, we did it because we know it. We didn't. It just happened, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it very much is. I think it validates in a lot of ways, like this space to some degree, and. The punks in general. I'm curious your take on sort of, future utility. It seems like your platform is very focused on future utility, and here's what this thing can unlock for you. It's not just a cool picture, and it's not necessarily just like a internet flex. And when I say flex, I mean like
it's way beyond a store of value.
Right,
it's more beyond a store of value.
Right. Yeah. So with the punks, I'm curious what your take on them. Do you see that as like how holding a punk is in and of itself like utility for future airdrops and future Meebit type of dynamics and other types of things there? Like
that as well. But I think the actual lack of utility on punks is actually a feature for punks. Because if you have a utility on something, then it's easy to price it in, because this is what it can do, this is what it's worth. But if you don't have a utility on something, that is very purely based on what the imagination of the people can do. So I completely see the value behind that. But I also can see that there is not many sets of 10,000s of NFTs with a floor of 100 ETH that the market can actually support.
No. So yes and no. The one thing I will say is, and I equate it, and the easiest comparison that I make is to like a really expensive watch. So like a Philippe Patek or like a Submariner Omega or something like that, where and Rolex to an extent as well, and not quite the same because it's you can get a $10,000 cheap Rolex, but the idea that uber scarce but like uber like status symbol thing, especially as it relates to like utilizing it as a profile picture in a digital world, like it is a digital flex in a really big significant way. And not that every single person that owns it is owning it for that reason, and not that there's plenty of people that are understated and don't flex it, but I think it's sort of an interesting dynamic there, that it doesn't matter that there are a ton of other ones out there. Like you can't prove exactly how many there are of a Philippe Patek or otherwise. It's just like the craftsmanship or the recognition by everyone else that it is so uber expensive and exclusive, like allows for it to have this cultural cachet within the digital realm. So at least that's from a no punker, right? Like I don't have one. I can't afford one. I'm really excited that I'm involved in like the Penelope's community because that the Kitty Bank has a punk. So like I have some stake in that, and like that's really cool exposure to that. So I'm really excited about this, and I'm excited that the 3 people that are going to get one of these founders cards are going to have some stake in a punk as well. Like who thought that when you were jumping into the plunging stream tonight that there were going to be some people that walked away with some punk exposure? Yeah. That's pretty nuts.
It's amazing, and I think it is great. But what we are focusing on is the long tail. But we are focusing on the utility, and we want to make sure that we build can be used by anybody with a community. So we are talking about definitely people like you or artists, actors, athletes. But even I would go forward. I don't want to get into that too deeply. But even like people creating like open source projects or services on the internet can use the same system to fund and monetize themselves when they come up with the project. So basically, the utility for this listing that we are building is huge and can cover a lot of diverse projects. So that's the main reason that we started to build on it, build this.
That's incredible. And I'm like half joking about the plunge-in tokens. We've been like kicking around ideas a million times. So anyway, we might have an offline conversation later, or with someone else that's on your team as well. But it's sort of interesting. You see, obviously like big names like Steve Aoki and LaMelo Ball and Mike Tyson and some of these other actors and movie stars and other people that are sort of getting into the game. And it seems like we in the last 6 months right, there have been a variety of different sort of like mechanisms by which they've attempted to do something, and some are more valuable and sort of sustainable than others. Others seem to sort of like die off very quickly. Others just don't even get off the ground at all. And I'm curious, with the LaMelo Ball project in particular, like, is that something that you have other athletes in the pipeline right now that are doing something similar on the platform? Is there anything that you can sort of tease out for us that's either announced and official or that we can expect moving forward?
Unfortunately, I cannot announce names, but what I can say that we have a pipeline of about 25 projects.
Wow! Of athletes.
Wow.
Athletes, artists, actors,
Cool.
and
notable figures.
Some of them are notable. Some of them are notable in multiple ways. We've got even people working with different, very diverse communities, including but not limited to, for example, cosplayers with the community utilizing this platform to engage their own community. Or
we need to have a discussion, because I'm actually in touch with I don't want to say world renowned, but she won some cosplay contest, like global contest. Yeah. She's big on Instagram and stuff. She's like a family friend. I'll have to put y'all in touch.
Fantastic. And that is not even limited to these. We also are talking with large companies but I cannot mention names because of NDAs, with billions of dollars of revenue, who are actually want to utilize the system to engage their community for their franchises.
Well, I work in IT, in the healthcare IT, as sort of a contractor for application implementation. I basically help health systems do a very specific thing with software, right? And it's crazy. Like, there are plenty of companies that have, I would consider it hubris as it relates to in-house, like, we're going to figure out how to develop this on our own because we think our people are talented enough and then our technology is good, right? And which ultimately never saves the money. But like, there are also many companies that are very progressive in terms of like accessing and leveraging the good work that other people are doing, right? Like, that's the whole like sales process in general, is like, hey, let the experts do the thing, right? And it sounds like, at least you're trying to carve, and correct me if I'm wrong, like, the platform isn't just like, hey, we're doing this out of the kindness of our hearts. It's, hey, we're doing this because we figured out a really good way to do this and a really extensible way to make this work for people, because we've been in the space for a really long time. And we can provide you not just the technology, but the guidance and the service to like push you forward through this so that you don't have to figure it out on your own. Is that a fair
Yes.
assessment?
Absolutely. And in addition, because we are talking about a distributed technology, once you have this platform, it is yours. The contracts are yours. The front end is yours. The back end, if it's required, is yours. So if for any reasons we go down, we don't exist anymore as a company, your NFTs and your engagement with your community is still up.
Right.
Because it's not a centralized platform. This is not a centralized marketplace.
It's sort of an endpoint to endpoint thing. You don't rely on the long-term maintenance for you to be engaged forever and ever and ever. And I'm sure that you will advise and guide if people want to morph things or change things or add on or whatever the case may be. But it's super fascinating stuff. I'm like intellectually stimulated right now in a very, very, very important way. So, so I think we should. I want to give. Can we give these away? Can we do that? I want to continue to talk, definitely, but I would love to give it.
Anyway, I know that you've got other things as well, but so by all means,
we'll take as much time as you give us. It sounds like
thank you. But let's give it away. Absolutely.
Okay, so you get to pick. Like I said, the Nightbot, we get to pick a keyword that we utilize, and generally speaking, what we do is we say, "Hey, here's the keyword. Everybody, write this keyword," and if you're not familiar with Twitch, or for everybody in the chat that's out there, for everybody that's not familiar with Twitch, I can make it really, really helpful if you're a subscriber to our Twitch stream to be like more. You can still win if you're not a subscriber. We love people that are here and aren't.
We got a lot of new faces. It would seem.
It would be awesome if people did subscribe. It does help us a lot with paying for awesome giveaways and the technology that we use to produce the stream and so forth. So your subscriber luck will be significantly increased. So what we're going to do, Andras, you get to pick what we say the keyword will be. It can be anything that you want it to be. And everybody has to type that in.
Can I be just very, very selfish and make the keyword EtherCards?
Heck yeah, we can.
One word, yeah.
One word, EtherCards. All right, so what we're going to do, that is the giveaway. So right now, I'm going to reset it right now. So everybody has to type EtherCards, all one word. Hype train is close, by the way. And looks like we're in the hype train. We're there.
I think we got it.
We're in the hype train, which is awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and play our giveaway song. And then we're going to come back. And after that giveaway song is done, we'll roll this 3 times and we'll identify those people. So type in EtherCards into the chat if you would like to be eligible. And away we go.
Subscribe and that bullshit. You might win some free shit. Gonna give away. We're gonna give away some. We're gonna give away. We're gonna give away some. It could be you. It could be you, babe. It's probably not. It's probably not. And if it is, oh, that would be so crazy. I smell a bot. I smell a bot.
Rigged. This shit is rigged. Rigged job salad. Come on.
How was that?
I don't know who did this, but I would like to hire them.
Yeah,
he's in the chat.
Caruso should be in the chat.
His name is Freddie. He's out there. He used to go by Caruso's missing hair. He's a fantastic music producer and just sound guy in general. So I will gladly connect you. He's always looking for work. And a really good friend of the stream. So let's roll this thing. We will roll it now 3 times for the Nightbot. Again, this is for 100% hype train. Awesome, guys. Thanks, D'Artagnan, for the gifted subs, as well as everybody else that subbed. I'll go back through in a minute, but we're going to roll this now. We're going to roll it 3 times. So again, each one of these is going to get a founder's ether card, which right now floor price 0.68, and it'll give you access to that punch drop that we were talking before. So first winner is KY Buckeye 03. KY Buckeye 03. Welcome to the stream. You've been following since 9/9/2021. We love new people on the stream. Newcomers, and newcomers winning is a good thing. You tend to come back if you end up with like a couple $1,000s, right? Like I think KY Buckeye is gonna come back. Yeah. So KY Buckeye, what I need you to do, whether it's on Twitch, Twitter, Discord, find me. And Andras, I assume you'd need like an ETH address, a wallet address. Yeah. So send me KY Buckeye. Your job is to find me. I'm very available. My DMs are open. You need to find and DM me your ETH address. If you don't have one, figure out how to get one, and then DM me. And if you need help, I can help you.
What a start! What a start! If that would be the first,
your first
NFT.
First NFT.
Great start.
All right. So we're gonna roll this again. It still has everybody in here. So we're gonna roll it for the second winner for the founders card. James Dylan Bond. James Dylan Bond.
I recognize that name a little
I
bit.
recognize that name. He is a mod in our Cool Cats Discord, which that's a story for another day. Top Shot related, but James, welcome. Again, you know where to find me. You need your ETH address for that second founders card from EtherCards. And then, he says, OMG. This is awesome. All right. And we're going to roll it one last time here. One last time. Dagger_7. Proof pudding that you do not need to follow or subscribe to win. Dagger _
the long shot
or __7. So Dagger __7. Find me on Twitter, on Discord, Twitch, wherever. Send me your ETH address if you're here, and we will get these EtherCards to you. So Andras, I'm curious. Other than punk stuff, sounds like you've got rebranding work going on. You've got 25 projects in the pipeline, at least with notable figures. I assume you have other projects as well that are launching soon. What else? Like, what is the 3 weeks? What is the 3 months? Like, what are you focused on? What can we expect out of
3 weeks? 3 weeks is the punk drop. So 3 weeks is when the dust will drop on the cards that can be used to redeem the punks. That is basically the thing in our mind. And right after that is going to be the actual alpha release of the self-service platform. So you can actually start building your own collections. 3 months is the rebranding and kind of stabilizing ourselves in terms of incoming work and drops. We've got some incredible stuff coming on, like again, Girls, Robots, Dragons from great to great fantasy and sci-fi illustrators. We've got Dirty Robots, Wizards, which is going to be an avatar drop, which is going to be, I think, beyond awesome, and a couple of other high-profile drops as well.
Wow.
So there is a lot of things that is going on right now. What I really want is get the punks into the hand of the community and get the platform out, and then I will breathe much more easy after that.
I can imagine. That's heavy. That's a lot. And so I guess I always ask this: like, how are you? Are you good? Are you happy? Are you healthy? Are you getting sleep?
I never been better in my life. I feel that I live in a nuclear explosion in slow motion. That's how I feel. This is how my life feels in the last 6 months.
Nuclear explosion. I've never heard it described that way, but I know that feeling. I feel like
you know what I mean, right?
I do.
Yeah,
I do. You're in the eye of the storm. That's another one that I hear a lot, where it's like there's a eerie calm some ways, like when there's so much chaos around, like you find that zen.
There is not much calm. It's like we have like an incredible active, and how do I put it nicely, demanding a community of 6,000 people on Discord, which we are extremely grateful for. We've got a really, really supportive community. We actually made several hires from the community because they have been putting in so much work into the project that I just could not take it for free.
Fair enough.
And so we are really blessed with a community like that. And that is one of the big driving force of what we are able to achieve, because we've got these people helping us. And also awesome. an incredible team of 25 people in the EtherCards team, 25 people full-time working on this stuff. And I feel blessed working with these people.
That's awesome. And I'm getting crap in the chat that they're not the same thing, a nuclear explosion and a storm. So, okay, bad comparison. Sorry, everybody. But it sounds like you're doing awesome work and supporting a lot of people, not just other people that are trying to do this, but with the team that you're working with as well. So, kudos to you and you specifically, but also everybody that is working with you. It sounds like you are on, if not the path already, you're sort of already there in many cases. And now it's just turning this into something even bigger than you may have imagined initially. So,
that's the plan.
Well, you've got our support. That's for sure. I'm certainly going to be taking a look at projects that are on your platform. And now that I understand the background a little bit more and understand some of the tokenization stuff that you've kind of articulated to some degree, like when you have a deeper understanding of these things, like it makes more sense, right? Like it establishes confidence. It gives you a sense that there's something there. It's not just a picture in a card that like someone decided to slap together. Like there's thought here. there's a lot of engineering prowess behind it too. Like that's another big thing that I think people discount in many cases, but like it's not an easy thing to do. So kudos to you and your team. And thank you again so much for joining us. Really do appreciate it. Anything else that you want to plug? I did just send the Discord link for you guys out in the chat. Anything else that you want me to send to everybody here and make sure that they take away?
Maybe one last thing that I want to mention that we have partnered with a lot of great people in the blockchain community as well. For example, one of our biggest partners is Chainlink. So we are working with Chainlink in many ways, and we are planning to go multi-chain, following Chainlink. So wherever Chainlink goes, we will go. Okay. So I think that alone will be a huge. So the same platform that we have seen is the plan is to make it available everywhere when it's technically possible and where we can work together with Chainlink to make it happen. So I think there is a lot of very fun things are going to come in the next year.
Exciting. It's super exciting. Well, Andras, thank you so much for joining us. Have a fantastic Friday. And thank you so much for the giveaway to the stream. Definitely unexpected. It was not something we talked about, but really do appreciate it. And I assume that there are now people that at least those 3 people are going to be EtherCards fans moving forward. But I think you probably got a few more after that as well. So
thank you very much
for joining us. Yeah. Have a great one. We'll talk soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
That was incredible. Like
it was like
literal
NFT
layers.
It was like NFT 3.0. Like
layers,
not 2.0, 3.0.
It's so good. We have fun. We like to joke around, and I go on my little rants and my tirades, and I say I don't care about shit. Like I actually care a lot, like about a lot of things, and I don't necessarily start with care, right? Like I don't start like, oh, I just care about it because it's there, right? Like there is established, like the more I learn about something, the more I get interested in it. And like, I start to care a lot more. And I don't know. That was like a fantastic 45-minute conversation. One of the best we've had. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. And not just because he just gave away like $7,000 worth of cards. Like it's like a stupid amount of ETH.
And it's it's a 0.68 floor, like whatever.
No biggie.
I'll just hand 3 out. No big deal.
Jesus Christ. Literally every single thing that we're giving away tonight is less than 0.68 ETH.
But here's the thing though. The beauty about that is like this is a part of the NFT world, I imagine, that isn't like obsessed with floors and all. This is all about like applications, and collaborations with talent. And I'd imagine like obviously everybody's still gonna have their have one eye, one hand, or whatever on the bag, so to say. But like this was definitely a presentation of much more than that. Yeah, much more. So that was like that was great to have somebody on. I mean, somebody on like that. There's over 300 people tuning in to get a load. I'm sure it was plenty of the EtherCard people who are finally like feeling like maybe they're getting some shine. Where I don't know how much he does that kind of conversation and stuff like that, but We're here
Shit,
for
yeah.
it. We like giving the stage for people like that, you know.
Top
That's
shot
what we're all
Tesla.
about.
This shit is going to be around. Like
Yeah.
you can, it's sort of
Without a
crazy.
doubt.
You can see that. I like Top Shot going to be around, like not going anywhere.
Captive
And
IP, man. Like
it's not necessarily. I mean, Top Shot in that case, right? Like it's captive IP, but like
that is.
EtherCard stuff, you know, a lot, or at least the vast majority of, you know, their founders cards and stuff are not like. Yes, they have Bad Robot. Yes, they have Steve Aoki. Yes, they have like big names, right? But it's not all just like, oh, it's stellar person, right? It's a function of the tech.
They're selling spades, man.
Yeah.
Like they're selling spades in the gold rush. They're not trying to find gold. They're selling spades. Like
Yeah. Well, to be honest, though, the spade. How many shovel makers do you know as a brand name? It's the people that sell the jeans that you remember. Levi Strauss.
Sure.
If you didn't know that, history lesson for the day. Levi Strauss started in the gold rush. All right. Cool cats. Greg, do you have
Speaking
a cool
of
cat
which, yeah. Do you have one?
yet? You have one.
Do I have
NBA
a
Top
Cat
Shot cool
NFT?
cat.
You have a cool cat.
I have a
You have
His
go
tit
buy a
tats
cool
out.
cat. Just buy like the cheapest one.
go
Cat
buy.
lasso.
I got to do that right now.
I don't know. You don't have to. I'm not going to twist your
I'm
arm.
gonna do
We
it.
won't
Right now.
make you.
I'll do one right now. I'll do one. I'll do one.
So I've got here's
How we going to do one?
go do one.
Do one.
So I got one guy who just DM'd me asking. He's in the real NL, you know, the official NLL, and he wants to get into our Discord, the Cats Discord.
Yeah,
so
I got a bunch of DMs about that today.
people still hitting us up for that. Also, I don't know if anybody missed it. I'd already blasted it out, but we had one more uncovered jersey, an OG jersey. It's a blue one. It says "Hold LaMelo" on the back, and we went with a interesting way of bidding for it, where you're bidding with Top Shot moments. You can only use 3 moments max, and the combined FMV of those moments is whoever posts the most is going to win. So it's kind of like a unique little auction. It's also blind bidding. So like you're submitting your bid to a form where you're not seeing what anybody else is putting up. So you're not going to know if you have the highest bid until it's over. So it's kind of like a unique little twist we're trying to do with
That's cool.
with the last OG jersey, one that Plunge has on right now.
Oh yeah. My dog ran over to the neighbor's house, and I like had to run over and grab her, and they were like, "Cool cats, what's that?" And they're like 65, and I was like, "Can't explain it. Sorry, I don't know."
This is way too long a conversation.
Yeah, this is way over your head right now. Like
The date was January 18th.
Yeah, God. Well, really, it was what, May. When the Cats Discord and everything got going, that was like May 25th or something. It was some period of time like around there. I was like, what are we gonna do? Because we're all sitting on this sucky ass bag that is worth nothing, and Dapper hasn't said anything is gonna come of it. That's monetary. Where were we? It was May. It was in May.
It was right here. It finished here.
Literally, like
It finished here,
shithole.
and then it was like, oh hey, oh shit, oh shit,
oh hey, some people are making some noise about perks.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
This was when Luca was $10,000 though. So
Yeah, that's
sorry.
why didn't we sell it?
Why didn't we sell it?
Why didn't we sell everything?
We're such idiots. We didn't know what we were doing.
So
But
what's the
interesting
what's the buy
dynamic
here for me?
What's the buy?
I'm looking at him right now.
If you grab a cool cat to start,
Yeah, the Florida cool cat.
are there any Laker cool cats? The only Laker adjacent one is the Derek Jones. There's Anthony Davis. What am I talking about? The most infamous one, probably, right? The AD is probably the most infamous.
Crash Top Shot.
Yeah, that was the one that broke.
So I think none of these ones are that good. I like the RJ Barrett one, actually. It's a good moment. John Wall is a pretty sneaky moment. It's a good one. And it's like $17 though. But if you wanted one on the first page, like, you know, the 20,000s, the Bogdan's fun. Drew gets a little bump from having the championship year badge, so maybe that one.
I think I'm going Drew.
Yeah, there you go.
The holiday with the badge.
Curry does have an elite thumbnail. You are correct. All right, so we have moments to give away, And we have lots of moments to give away. So you guys got to preview this a little bit earlier with the tiers that we're doing. So we're going to do this. Bear with us because it's a complicated thing, but what we would like to do, and I've got a couple different wheel of names things going on. So what we're going to do to start is I want Chugs or Greg, I want you to pick something about the first quarter in the NFL game, whether it's like the final score of the first quarter or like the time that the first moment was scored, or excuse me, the first the first touchdown was scored, or the first points were scored, or the first penalty, or something like that. Pick something related. In Chugs, you get to
pick the event, and then we'll go look up what the number is associated with it. Okay, I guess, Greg, you got one off the top of your head? Go.
What about yards for Tom Brady?
At the end of the...
It's going to be too low.
Bigger number than that, ideally.
Number.
Let's go total yards of offense in the entire game.
No, I think we need something in the first quarter.
Well, yeah, in the first quarter. Like total yards at the end of the first quarter. You think we can pick that up pretty easily?
And then add 2 zeros to it. Potentially.
I'm terrible at this.
Okay, so first quarter, we're gonna figure this out. Let's look at the box score. What we're gonna do, just gonna go. The easy way to do this is the score at the end of the first quarter was 7-7, right? So we're gonna go 07-07. So what we're gonna do is I've got the wheel of everybody that submitted the form that said they had 30 out of 30. I V-looked it up. There's only a handful of people that were either didn't get caught in my V-lookup against the 2,664 people that own this. But the fact that we have over 200 people, like a tenth of all 9 Lives Lounge members filled out this thing, which is awesome. I love that. So a tenth of the people are going to be eligible for this thing. So what we're going to do, 7-7 in the first quarter was the ending score. So we're going to go 07-07. So 707 is the serial number. But what we're going to do first is we're going to spin the Cool Cats wheel for the 30 moments. So we're going to pick one, and then we're going to pick 2 people from that wheel, and whoever has the John Collins Cool Cat of the 2 people that we pick that is closer to the serial number 707 is going to win.
Everybody's thinking like you got to hit 707. Just smash it. It's a code. So
maybe somebody owns it. Like if it's not owned yet, someone's about to sell it right now.
Yeah, somebody about to buy it.
All right. So what we're going to do, so 707 for John Collins. That's the one we're looking for. So we're going to spin this wheel. We're going to pick 2 people that own 30 out of 30 Cool Cats. Okay. So 2 people, and they're going to go head to head. Whoever has the closer John Collins serial number to 707 is going to win. All right. Basket Paul. So Basket Paul, confirm that Basket Paul has all Cool Cats.
Yeah, let's pull it.
Nice little account here. 31 moments. We'll count it. And then we're going to say John Collins. 4946. Yeesh. There's literally 54 people, 54 Cool Cats that can be lower than that. All right. I'm guessing that's okay because Basketball is going to win something. He's just not going to win. He may not win the top thing. So Basketball, you're up first. We're going to remove you. Spin it again. All right. The next person that Basket Paul is going up against is Rod Rocks Breaks. Okay. Rod Rocks Breaks. So I have token. We're going to make the tools section. So Rod Rocks Breaks. Bear with me here. I'm going to see. Yeah, we're just doxing people's accounts, right? All right. Here we go. And by the way, if we find someone that said they own 30 at 30 and they don't,
they lied.
You're dead to me.
Busted.
You're dead to me.
Getting busted.
All right, John Collins. Cool Cats, 3783. All right. So, Rod Rocks Breaks. You win the head-to-head matchup. So, Rod Rocks Breaks and Basket Paul. Rod Rocks Breaks is going to crack out a tier 2. So Rod Rocks Breaks, tier 2, Basketball, tier 3. You will both also be entered into the showcase showdown at the end with everybody that wins. And then we're going to spin all like 16 or 20 of those for most of the stuff that's on the tier 1 wheel. So you have a second shot at tier 1 stuff. Okay. If anybody, by the way, I'm just making this up as I go. If anybody actually has, let's say within like 50, we'll say 50. If anybody has within 50 of the serial number that we're going for when we're actually picking, you get a tier 1 spin. I'm making it up as we go. That's okay. So Rod Rocks Breaks gets a tier 2 spin right now. So this is for Rod Rocks Breaks. Here we go. What do we got? Rod Rocks Break. 0.1 ETH.
0.1 ETH.
There's $350.
Nice little win there, buddy.
I'm just going to remove this one. We're going to pull it off the wheel. Rod Rocks Breaks. And I hope I'm going to look at the thing here. Rod Rocks Breaks. Rod Rocks did send me his ETH address, his or her ETH address. So I've got that. So I'll send that 0.1 to you later on. So now we're going to go to the tier 3, and this is going to be for Basket Paul. Basket Paul is going to spin this tier 3 wheel. Basket Paul. Ooh, Kyrie. Oh, Giannis. Giannis Seeing Stars.
Giannis Seeing Stars. There you go. Nice little mo. Got a title badge on it.
What's the best place to look for this? NBA Top Shot. I don't know how much it's Seeing Stars. It's probably not that crazy, but let's take a look.
I mean, Giannis is disrespected in general,
absolutely.
so, you know.
Oh, that's not bad. $63. There we go. Giannis Seeing Stars to Basket Paul. So I'm going to make sure that I write this down because I know Chugs isn't going to.
No, I'm not.
Rod Rocks Breaks. And then tier 3 Giannis Seeing Stars. That's going to be Basketball. And you know what? Even if you didn't have 33 for 30, let's roll Nightbot twice. All right, everybody in the chat, really quick. Type in Q1. Q1. This is for quarter 1. Q1. We're going to roll this in 30 seconds. Q1. I'm going to play a song real quick. Q1 is what we need. Q1. Let's play the intro again.
I don't care.
Is it playing?
I don't care. Have no sympathy. Don't care. I don't care. I just don't care. I'm sorry.
All right, let's spin it twice. We got Dwyer John and Skank Ditto. Dwyer John and Skank Ditto. So we're going to roll these for you right here. I'm going to write these down. All right, so we're going to roll tier 3 for you. Here we go. It's for Dwyer John. All right, that is a rookie. Oh, no, 0.05 ETH. There you go. That's like $175. Dwyer John. Nice job, Dwyer John. Dwyer John, your job is to make sure that you DM me on Twitch, Twitter, Discord with 0.05 ETH and your ETH address. That is important. I'm going to remove that from the wheel. And now it is going to be Skank Ditto. Skank, your turn to spin this wheel again. All right, PG-13 S2 base, which I think that's like a lower end moment. It's like $5 if I'm not mistaken. So this is the one out of, I think it's out of 35,000 or 40,000. But you will also be eligible for the bigger spins at the end here, the end of the showcase showdown. All right, so let's talk about something, and then we'll do this all over again for the quarter 2 one in a minute. So we've got ground to cover. Talk to me about Top Shot. Talk to me about where you're at with things right now. Did either of you guys finish the Skylar Diggins challenge? Did for the showcase moments? What's going on in your world in Top Shot? And it's okay if the answer is not much, because there's not a whole lot going on.
I did not do the most recent showcase. I think I did the one before for the Asia Wilson, which I thought was cool. I mean, I bought a pack, and then I think I had to pick up like one moment or something like that to complete it. So it was kind of a no-brainer from that standpoint. And I think that some of these moments are really good. Like I really enjoyed the quality of the ones they've put out for WNBA. So yeah, I've enjoyed collecting those so far.
Yeah, and I was pleasantly surprised as well with like the series or the best of 2021 set that like I think everybody when it spiked up was like, oh, the challenge after it's over, it's just going to crash, and like it came back down to earth, but it also rose pretty significantly as well. So if you look at like this was when the showcase, the first one, the Asia Wilson got announced, or actually this was when this spike here that you see was when they announced that the collector score was going to be 20 for the commons instead of 2, even though it's in the summer of 2021 series, which whatever, it is what it is. And I think everybody was expecting that, you know, after this is the kind of crash after the Asia Wilson challenge, that it was just going to kind of dip, but it sort of like rose back pretty significantly, even without the announcement of the Skylar Diggins. So like, if you look at this, like relative to the overall market in Top Shot, it's sort of interesting, right? So like generally the last week or so, it's been sort of a slow trickle in a lot of ways, but the WNBA set after the Asia Wilson challenge was just sort of like steadily rising a little bit. The floors were rising. And then when they announced Skylar Diggins Smith, Notre Dame, go Irish, you know, obviously shot up, and now it's coming back down a little bit, but even after, you know, are we going to see sort of like right in the $600 range? I think yes, somewhere in there. I'm also, if you look at gosh, what's the word I'm looking for? Priority queue, right? Priority queue stuff for the rare drop that they're going to do. We had Austin on 2 weeks ago talking about WNBA generally, and the legendary drop, right? When we think about in the past, the like percentages of how many people relative to the overall collector base they wanted in the priority queue versus everything else, right? Like it's actually a pretty significantly small chunk of people. And right now, if you look at just like, hey, how would we gate this off of a set, right? Instead of necessarily, you know, just having 5 moments or 10 moments or whatever the case is, or like a WNBA specific collector score or something like that. You know, there's right now somewhere in the 750 range of people that own every moment. There's likely to be more, but you know, it would make a lot of sense to target not just this group, but if you look at the WNBA set for the fandom tier moments, right? There's like 3,500 people or
30,
so, right?
34,
so
35, yeah.
Yeah, 34, 35. So, and you know, obviously like there's a ton of people that only have one, and there's a relatively large supply of them to sort of ship in. So like if they announce, let's say that like in order to get into the priority queue for the rare drop, they either gate it behind, you know, the ownership of this entire set or otherwise, like this is going to explode in value across the board. But it like the numbers get pretty big pretty quick, right? So like you end up with 10,000 people in a priority queue for a rare drop where there might only be 20,000 packs. And so, you know, it might be that. I think it might make some sense to do that, but I'm really curious to see like what they gate those drops behind in terms of the collector score or like what requirements they need. I think it makes a lot of sense for them to target it, you know, people that have demonstrated that they like to collect WNBA moments. Even if you have a massive collector score of NBA Top Shot stuff, like if you haven't bought any or you don't own any of these things, like it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to like reward you for just being a big ass NBA collector to like give you a rare drop for the thing. So I think it's very likely that they're going to do that. So not financial advice. I own all of these. I lent one or two of them out to friends so they could get the Skylar Diggins moment to like complete their set, which is great. Love the capability of helping people out and do those types of things. But I would not be surprised if it's behind this or the other set or a combination of both of them. It might make sense for this. So, obviously like $120 isn't something to scoff at, but like, I don't think it'd be the worst thing in the world to consider it. If you're looking at trying to position yourself well for a rare drop. Thoughts? Chugs, I know you're watching the game, but.
No, I'm actually just catching up with all that. I've completely, I completely missed out on sort of the WNBA wave because the drop was, I was wheels up during the drop on Friday when it happened. So like, I missed out on it. And so I didn't have like the 3 moments to kind of like get me going. And, I more or less was just like, I'm just missing this one. I'm just not going to pick it up. But, kind of taking into consideration what they would potentially do to gate a rare drop. Cause like a rare drop where it's like historical moments, Parlor boss, freaking Chugs hates women. Give me a break.
He said that. I'm pretty sure he said the same thing about Phil D when Phil D was shitting on the WNBA earlier.
Oh, really? Well, I'm not shitting on it. It's just I completely.
Or maybe somebody else did.
Yeah, I mean, I completely just missed it. So at this point, like the idea of historic plays with that rare drop is appealing to me. Like. That it is over the last 25 years. Like, I don't know what's in there, but like, what if it comes out and it's like some major like Taurasi moment in like her rookie year or something? Like, I think that becomes like a super sought after moment, even though like the first like Asia Wilson one will kind of have its own spot. I feel like long term. So I don't know. I mean, I don't want to just sound like totally indifferent, but it unfortunately it's like it'd be like if I missed, the Hustle and Flow set or something, or Hustle and Show set. And, you're asking me like a week later, like, hey, are you into it? And I'm like, well, like I completely missed out on it. Not really, So that's kind of where I'm at on it. Now I am like kind of wondering, like, do I try to front run kind of what you're saying with the gates on higher end packs and
not financial advice.
Yeah. Do I scoop the Fandom series essentially for $120 like you were saying? Like it doesn't
not
sound
financial
like
advice.
That's not super onerous.
Yeah. And I mean, let's think about it from like as a collector. If I wanted to position myself well for this and I couldn't afford the $600 outlay to buy the entire WNBA set for the 2021, we know that there is going to be a second drop of those, and we can assume that it's going to have the same number of moments in it, right? 25,000 or so. And I tried to do the backwards math on this and failed, sort of like without targeting. It was multivariable algebra is basically what it was. I was trying to figure out like if this then this, and X solve for Y and all this different stuff, if all of these things. But the gist, I think, is that if you look at a 20,000-ish a 20,000-ish or a 25,000-ish mint rare, meaning like there's 1,000, 1,000 rares per 20 and 25 of them, right? Because 25 years of the WNBA, I think they're going to hit on that symbolism. They're going to continue to hit on that symbolism.
Yeah, it has to be linked around 25.
Yeah,
like counts are 250 or like you said 1,000.
It's probably not going to be 2,500. I think that's probably too. I mean, it could be. But
I think you're on top.
I think it's going to be right in there. The other like the corresponding ones that you can look at are MGLE, which are what $499. That's probably too low.
But they did rares that were 2021.
Yeah, so 2021 with the Rising Stars.
Yeah,
and the like that, and then there were 4 was like 750. My guess is between 750 and 2021, right? Like put it at $999 or something 1,025 or 25, 20. Yeah, it's possible it could be like 25. But anyway, long story short, the legendaries are going to be up there too. But those things are going to be valuable, right? Even if you don't like the WNBA, don't like the moments, whatever, like it's very likely that the rare drop, it's a historic drop that's confirmed. So it's historic stuff and it's rare.
Yeah, moment
And look
quality is going to be top tier.
Yeah,
most
and
likely.
yeah, and
Has
if
to
you just
be.
look, if you just look at the pricing on these things right now, for like, here's the Asia Wilson minted to this, like, or 1125 is more than like some of the throwdowns rares were like six weeks ago, right? Like, there are rares out there that throwdowns got minted to 1800, right? Like there are rares out there that aren't barely cracking $100 that, like, these ones are going to probably crack more than that. So, if you can put yourself in a position to score one of those packs and get the 5 moments that are in there on top of it, because it's very likely that they'll do one and then 5 more, which, hey, look at this, like those packs, assuming that they're, the cost on them is not like exorbitant. I think they're going to be very plus EV packs, and like, it's not a bad place to put yourself. It's thus far, other than the throwdowns pack in the moment, right? Throwdowns pack now, worth more than the contents are worth more than you paid for it. I just think it's the right thing to do. So yeah, but I'm curious, like, where that all shakes out and what it looks like. We'll talk a little bit more about Top Shot stuff. We should do another giveaway though, because we have a lot to do and not a ton of time to do it in the grand scheme of things. So quarter 2 for this game, Thursday Night Football. What happened in quarter 2? Oh, this is a close game.
Want to do score? Yeah, it's a good game. Do we want to do score again? Or
1490. So we're gonna say 1490 is this one. Yeah, let's just do score. The score is in the
easy
quarter.
enough.
Well, it would have been 21-16. No, let's do that. 21-16. So that was the score at halftime. 21-16.
Okay.
That work? Right? Am I doing that right?
Let's do it.
21-16. All right. So we're gonna do the same thing we did before. We're gonna go ahead and go to our wheel.
Type 21-16.
No, don't do that.
Has nothing to do with anything.
Don't do that. Don't type Q2 yet.
I love you, but you do not have to type in anything right now.
Okay. There's more than
Luca.
21-16. That's what we're after, right? 21-16 on the Luca. So we're going to spin our wheel of names for these 30 for 30 members twice. And we're going to pick whoever got the closer to 21-16 is going to Unoblivious Llama. Solid. Love that they haven't changed the
totally
name.
Unchanged name. Very obviously.
Love that.
Unchanged.
It makes me so happy. All right, we're gonna remove them. Unoblivious Llama, you're gonna be up for a battle against Westbrick. Nice. Westbrick. All right, so we're gonna go look at
I'm gonna look up
Unobvious Llama and Westbrick. Unobvious Llama 10 and 18, same day. We're buddies. Unobvious Llama. We're gonna look up, what was the moment? Luca, right? Okay.
The Luca.
Luca Doncic.
1460.
What was that would have been solid. So okay, so you're like 700-ish off. All right, here we go. 1460 is what we're looking for. I'm going to open up another live token tab so we can go side by side. All right. And the next one was Westbrick. Westbrick.
I like doing this. See if I can do it faster than you. 236.
Ooh.
So it looks like Llama won.
So Llama, Unobvious Llama wins. This is a nice cereal though.
Yeah.
Very nice cereal. Well done, Westbrick. So Unobvious Llama gets a tier 2 spin here. So here we go. And the primo one is ETH on this one. There you go. 0.1 ETH, which is like 350-ish bucks. There we go. So I'm going to put Unobvious Llama, and you will also have a shot at winning a spin at the tier 1 wheel. Nice job there. And then we're going to spin the tier 3 wheel for Westbrick.
He likes Freddie's suggestion while the wheel's spinning.
What does he say?
What if you guys did a segment where you guys praise or trash collections of random accounts in the chat?
A good way to get enemies really quickly.
Just pull people up and be like, who really
Yeah.
likes the Pistons? Come on, guy.
Yeah, I mean, we could do that right now. We could just take a look at. Let's look at Westbricks. Okay, let's see if there's any shady activity. Let's find some. So it looks like
I was
Just be happy Taylor's not here.
no, he went on a little buying spree.
well, I was gonna say something about
He went on a little. Look at this. Look at this stacking. Look at this guy.
buying them up.
This guy or gal.
This is
they're crushing
Westbrook.
it. Yeah, Westbrook just went out. He said, you know what? I'm just going to buy the fucking floor out of this Jaylen Brown. I love that. Gets his Skylar Diggins Smith number 1400. Nice little round number. Sold it or no, listed it for 106.
Is he a Celtics fan? What's his
Let's go.
what's
Look.
his team?
Let's go look.
We're Top Shot doxing right now. Let's
I don't know
go.
how to, can you click on this and go to their profile? Yeah. No, you can't. I don't know how. All right.
Oh,
Westbrook.
well, no, you click on it and it takes you to
okay.
live.
I have ADHD. I'm gonna open my pack. I literally do.
Give me some good music for God's sakes.
Did I share my?
Yeah.
Is there audio? I want
didn't.
to
Hold on, I'm gonna
hear
stop
it.
and-
Unless it's just going to be the same little
I want to
the
open
OG
it.
the OG music.
I'm sorry. All right, here we go.
Open this pack, guys.
I'm gonna do it. Here we
I
go.
think I have a pack or two to open.
So Skylar Diggins went to Notre Dame. Big man. All right, here we go.
Big money, no way. What do you got?
24-17.
Sounds like a
Great.
football score.
This up and under is sick though. I know that this is gonna be super choppy for everybody, but she says skirt. There we go. Nice. Good moment. Good moment. True. There we go. All right. So yeah, we have to do Nightbot for the other two, huh?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
that's
probably need
that's what we're going with.
You too. Hit me with it. Hit me with it. We're gonna do it quick though. this time.
too.
Hold on.
You
Let me
too.
actually type it in. I haven't typed it in yet, so don't do it. Q2.
By the
And
way,
subscriber luck. Subscriber luck is helpful here. Q2.
has
Here we
anyone
go.
had these yet?
Q2.
Because
What are they?
I can't say that they're good.
The heavy white claws?
The 8%ers, the claw missiles as I call them.
Colossals? No. That doesn't work.
Blood orange.
I need to get a beer.
Yes. They'll
or
probably
two.
get you drunk.
So I'm gonna play the song and then we'll come back because I need to grab a beer. Everybody grab a beer and type in Q2.
Sympathy, don't care. I don't I'm sorry.
And we're back. But Greg is not.
And we're back. It's okay.
And
We're gonna roll it.
Greg left.
Solid Ricey games. You won last week. Damn. Nice.
Heyo.
Solid Ricey games with the tier 3 spin. Awesome. And then we're going to roll it again for Kawhisenberg. I think he or she or they have won before as well. Not like recently, but so we're going to get a couple spins for these folks. Following since 3:30. Love that. Subscriber as well. Thank you for the subs. And yeah, everybody
Friend
by the
of
way,
the program.
so I know that I have really terrible setup for like streaming in terms of like acknowledging people when they do when they sub, but I'm gonna go through it. Looks like we've had a bunch of gift subs. So Schmitty KC with 15, Coach P 1421 with 5, D'Artagnan with 5, and a handful of others as well. Thank you so much for the subs. It really does help out and we really love it. So we're gonna roll a couple of the tier 3 moments here for Kawhisenberg and Solid Ricey games. So Solid Ricey games are up first. Tier 3, big money, no whammies, and stop. Dude, just all the ETH coming off the board.
105. 105 ETH. Just give him the cash.
We had a case shit. All right, here we go. This one's for Kawaisenberg. And stop. Trae Young A24, my favorite moment. Love it.
824.
Love
Let's
it.
go.
It's only worth $10 on the platform, but it's worth $1 million in my heart. It's my favorite moment. If you don't know this, you need to see it. All right, that is Q2. We should talk about something else, and then we'll do Q3.
What about the jersey thing? Unless you had something else queued up.
For sure.
I like the
For
jersey
sure.
thing. That was cool.
Yeah, so let me pull that forward. I sent it to all of you. And if you guys are DMing me on anything, I can't follow along. And by the way, hold the moment. Login info, don't worry about it. We'll send them out tomorrow. But I did get it. All right, here it is.
All right.
So someone tagged me in this earlier. It doesn't have a ton of likes, but I think it's awesome. So I'm going to send this to everybody. Everybody should like this and retweet it. Like every single person, if you have a Twitter in here, I'm going to put it in here. It's just going to explode this tweet. Okay.
I need to do that too.
Do your own research. I don't know. This guy might be like a secret Nazi. So like apologies if he is. But like, no, I always worry.
It does
like,
good
you never
work.
know, like,
It does good work.
Okay.
so we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt because I really like this tweet.
That's okay. Did you
So-
retweet it already?
Not yet. I will retweet it right now.
Okay.
I was the only person that liked it.
There he is.
So jersey sales versus Top Shot market cap for Top Shot debut. So the way that this looks, it's like from the left to the right, here are the number or like the best selling jerseys of players in the NBA, right? So LeBron obviously is number 1 all the way through 15. Kawhi. I was actually really surprised to not see Zion on this list. I didn't realize that Zion jerseys like weren't that cool.
New Orleans, man. Small market. It's just,
Yeah, I guess.
you can't transcend. I mean, it's tough. It's tough to be the top when you're not like a super duper star or you're also like a big city.
I mean, I own a New Orleans Pelican jersey.
yeah,
not
but
Zion, though.
but a very unique circumstance on that one.
So by the way, look at this right here. 25 likes and 18 retweets. We got to get it. We just get it up. It's going to explode. It's going to blow up Twitter.
So Top Shot debut moment market cap, and then the jersey sales are obviously in order left to right, like top to the bottom. I like seeing Ja there, number 14. That's nice.
So interestingly, and just a note down on the bottom, the two things, the scale is capped at 10 million so that LeBron doesn't skew the data set, which means that it looks really awful when LeBron's way up here. Because that's where he would be. So it's like log scale almost. And then the KD market cap, because he didn't have a series 1 moment. If anybody didn't know that, Kevin Durant, because he was injured last year, didn't have a base set moment in series 1. So his Top Shot debut was the run it back moment from the 2014 season, which is sort of wonky. The market cap there is crazy as well because of how expensive that run it back moment is, like 25 grand or something crazy like that. So there is some nuance there, but looking at this chart, what sticks out to you, Greg?
Stuff.
I got one observation.
Sorry, Brandon. I know that it's your holy grail moment. I feel like we need to get you like a rich benefactor, just like buy you that moment. But yeah, Steph sticks out like crazy.
Yeah.
So
I'm
wondering,
surprised he doesn't have more jersey sales.
Right, more than I'm
Tatum
surprised
and
that
Booker?
Tatum and Booker above him in jersey sales. I can understand Tatum from a market perspective, right? Boston's a big market, and he's just like a marketable dude generally. Booker is a little interesting, and I don't know if it's just like he's in the limelight because Phoenix is a small market, right? Like the Zion.
That's a recency bias thing for sure.
Phoenix is a big city though. Phoenix is like it's a top 5 like population in the country, metropolitan area. So like a bunch of those people load up on Booker jerseys in that area and stuff. Like
fair enough. Yeah. That's good points all the way around. Not a small market. Okay. Maybe that's just like
it's a big city, but it's not like you don't think like, oh, Hoop City, Phoenix. Like I get what you mean.
Did
by
you say
that.
Phoenix is the fifth biggest city?
It's like the 4th or 5th biggest city in the country. I'm dead serious. My
Not
fun
fucking
fact: my
close.
brother lives there.
No
It's-
way.
It's like it literally is like New York, L.A., Chicago, Houston, Phoenix. Unless the census has changed in the last, year.
Holy shit.
It's huge.
Wow.
Phoenix is huge.
I would never have guessed that.
That's what I was.
I wouldn't have thought it.
Chugs is right every now and then.
Is it probably by like metropolitan area?
Yeah, it's like the MSA. Like Phoenix Metro is the fifth. Is it fifth or fourth? It's fifth, right? Behind Houston.
Yeah, somewhere. It kind of depends on how you define it. I guess.
Point is, there are a shitload of people
okay.
there that
All
jump
right,
on the
all right.
wagon.
I'll concede
probably.
this. I'll concede this. Phoenix is correct. Wow. Milwaukee's obviously sixth. Yeah, Milwaukee, or dating Kardashian. Boom. Yeah. So anyway, he's marketable, right? But the fact, and maybe it's a recency thing, just like when the numbers were. But yeah, Steph sticks out to me a lot, and like these two guys, and I guess I don't know.
Giannis sticks out to me, dude. He's super, super popular amongst like young kids and stuff. But he sticks out because it's a very Top Shot specific thing, right? Like he is the example of like oversaturation, like affecting an on the court, like a super productive, like superstar type player, MVP and champion now. But like he's got a lot out there, so like it's clearly put a damper on his like general value, I suppose.
Yeah, his acceptable market cap.
Right.
I'm curious though. Does that ever course correct?
The Giannis thing?
Like the Giannis Top Shot debut being relatively speaking, so like it's what, fourth or fifth on this list in terms of market cap, right? Like LeBron obviously crazy high, and then it's Durant, it's Luka, it's Steph, it's Ja, or excuse me, it's Giannis, and then it's Ja.
He's after.
So does it need? I mean, is that where he belongs?
I mean, you've got the obvious, like, clear-cut Hall of Famer tier, which to me, frankly, is LeBron, Durant, Steph. That's like they could literally stop playing ball right now, and like they're three of like the best, like 12 players ever, maybe something like that, 15 best players easily. Yeah. Giannis, if he stopped playing right now, I mean, I don't know if you could go that far, but like he's in the hall. Like if he stopped playing right now, he's got a ring. He's won multiple MVPs. Like he's making it to the hall right now. Luka is priced purely on potential, obviously, at this point.
Oh, I don't know if I agree with this. This is an interesting take.
With Luka? You think Luka?
No. Sorry, Dream.
No.
Oh, Harden gets in first ballot.
Is he is Harden a first ballot Hall of Famer?
I mean, if Paul George is a first ballot Hall of Famer, then Harden probably is.
Why is Paul George a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Because he's made too many All NBA teams too many years in a row, and has just been like. I mean, you look at like the NBA stat ref, our basketball reference stuff. I remember because I compared Hall of Fame probabilities with market caps and prices and stuff, and I was like, "Does anything look weird?" And Paul George, his percentage based on I'm going off their methodologies and stuff. It was like 80-something% that Paul George was going to go to the Hall of Fame. Everybody's like, what? Like Klay Thompson was like 51%, but Paul George was like 80-something%, or, basically Paul George was like a shoe-in. And, I think the way that people look at Hall of Fame and legacy and stuff, it's more about longevity maybe than like having the highest highs.
Matt Stafford's not a Hall of Famer. Like
neither. Well, but Phillip Rivers is. Like whether you like it or not, like he's gonna go to the friggin' Hall of Fame. I mean, everybody gets in eventually. That's kind of how it goes. Like if you were really good for over a decade, you're gonna get in.
Why can't
you made
apples to oranges? Why can't fruit be compared? That's a good reference. That is easily like one of my top 5 favorite songs of all time. Pillow Talking by Lil Dicky.
What I thought was interesting.
Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
I love. Shout out to Dave, by the way.
Shout out. Great show.
Dave,
great show.
The season 2 finale song. Like I want the song, but all you can find is like 30 seconds of it on YouTube. So good.
The scene of him. This is a spoiler alert, but the scene of him where he is like in the like float egg at that random dude's house, and he ends up like talking to himself. And
You know
like,
who where his house
careless.
he's at though? He's at freaking Rick. Is it Rick Rubin? He's at
Yeah.
Rubin's house, like
Right.
legendary producer.
Yeah, so good. Where he like talks to himself. He's like, "I am you. I am." Like that.
Yeah, bald, like
that's so
no
good.
eyebrows.
Same, it's different. I agree. It's a very different show. It's got like and we were talking about this with Cat Lasso, right? Greg Murray, Cat Lasso. Let's hold on. Let's do this.
Get the cat. Get the
If you
cat. Get the cat.
If you haven't watched Ted Lasso, you should. But yeah, Greg's PFP is Ted Lasso.
The one thing before we like totally get off of the Jersey thing, no, it's fine. But like what I wanted to look at with Jersey sales, honestly, was Series 2 common market caps. Basically, like the most accessible moments are going to be like, I would think, more in line with Jersey sales, right? Like
I would
that's the
also love
entry.
to see this. I would love to see this like Jersey sales stuff, like regular season Jersey sales. So
Sure,
it wasn't a function necessarily of the playoff bumps, because I think that's someone else mentioned in the chat, and apologies for not recognizing who it was.
Sure.
But Giannis jumped to number
Even
2
Giannis,
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should probably be down here.
So here are the notable ones. Like I'm not expecting like an Anthony Edwards jersey to be popping right there, but like LaMelo Ball, like he's the rookie of the year. Now, granted, Charlotte's a big place. Like we've talked about the whole.
Too.
Yeah, their jerseys aren't the best, but like LaMelo Ball, he's. I mean, it's the top common moments in terms of market cap in Series 2. It's the LeBron No Look 3. It's the LaMelo Ball rookie. It's the LeBron James 7,500.
Hold on.
And I'm out to Add More Funds right now. By the way, shout out Add More Funds. And it's the LaMelo Ball 40,000. Like those are the top 4, and then the 5th one is the Anthony Edwards triple badge. And then you got Durant, LeBron, you got Ty Halliburton, you got more Edwards. I mean, it's all a bunch of rookies, and you got Steph Curry up there too. But I was surprised, or I would be curious to see, like, is LaMelo Ball even in like the top 20 in jersey sales? I'm curious of that. But and also this is comping to Top Shot debut moments. I think it's more like I'd like to see what this market cap breakdown is across, like, again, your S2 common market cap versus like, because the LeBron one, it's like, it's a freaking museum piece. And the Steph one will be that too eventually, the Durant one as well. I think you need to compare it more to like what could be reasonably acquired like now versus jersey.
Yes and no. Well, and the other thing too is to recognize that like a speculative investment on a collectible is different than like swag on the street or like,
yeah. I mean,
I know that Top Shot fashions itself as like the future of fandom, right? Like I'm flexing my fandom, but in reality, like the fact that, Cole Anthony is on this list, on the first page of this list is 100% a function of the fact that he's a rookie, right? Like he's not like the best, and so it's sort of interesting, like looking at it from that perspective. It's anyway.
But rookies dominate jersey sales a lot of the times when they're like at the very top, like
that's true.
They end up being because that is kind of the same thing. It's potential, man. It's like, look, I was in on this day one or whatever. Even though
Dream,
it's like,
get that Pat Connaughton slander out of your goddamn mouth. Slap it out of your mouth. Pat Connaughton is a saint. Go Irish. I'm just kidding. I was being overly aggressive. But yeah, like Patrick Williams doesn't need to be on this list.
Well, no, but the Bulls are back. TK and No Dog has made that very clear.
All right. So we've been talking Top Shot. Should we do some more giveaways?
I mean, we got all kinds of stuff. This game, there's 9 minutes left in the game. It's $26. This is a hell of a game. And Antonio Brown, who I have drafted on my fantasy team, has 4 receptions for 118 yards and a touchdown. That dude is not washed whatsoever.
By the way, we're gonna talk about the Owners Club.
Yeah, we need to
in a little bit
because I need to understand exactly what I'm dealing with here. Because I have I got some stuff, but Leonard Fournette's number 7 now. That's cool.
Yeah,
he still wears his pads from St. Aug, man. Man, he's a legend in Louisiana. Total legend. St. Aug's the high
Weirdest
school he
dude.
went to. He still
We're
wears his high
essentially the
school
same
pads
person.
in the NFL.
Are you allowed to do that?
I guess so. They're purple and yellow underneath his bucks. Underneath his buck, like St. Aug was purple and yellow, purple and gold. Also, he's got those pads underneath.
Yeah, Lenny
That's
trying to
cool.
look slim with that stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
Lenny
probably.
Lenny look a little thick. All right, so let's say it would have been what 26 to 28.
Well, that's what the score is right now. I can pull.
Oh, no, that would have been what ended
Yeah,
after
but
the
they
third
haven't
quarter.
scored in the fourth, right?
Yeah, so yeah, 26
I
to
don't-
28. So we'll do 28-26. That'll be the serial number that we're after. Of which moment? Let's find out.
Let's roll it. Spin it.
Let's find out. 28. Don't type 28-26. You
I know,
turds.
seriously.
Not John Collins again. Not Luca again.
Let's-
Can't do Luca again.
Westbrook. Is it? It's Luca. Yeah,
We're not doing
respin
Luka
it,
again.
respin it. We need one with higher numbers.
Fresh. Fresh. Are you kidding me? Oh, there we go. PJ Washington. All right, here we go.
Flinge's favorite player.
PJ Washington.
Washington.
PJ Washington. Here we go. We're gonna find two 30 for 30 holders to battle it out. Find out who has the closer PJ Washington serial to 28-26. The first contestant.
Who said
Don-
lowest cereal was the best cereal?
Look at
Don
this.
Bungholio.
That is too good.
That is a Beavis and Butthead.
Oh my god.
Loyalist.
That's so good.
Love it.
So good.
If
Right,
anybody
Don.
in this chat is too young to know what Beavis and Butthead is, by the way, just look it up. Just look up Beavis and Butthead. There weren't a lot of options
Google
back
it.
then.
Oh my god. All right, KZ305. I recognize that name too. KZ305. Okay. So Don Bungholio versus KZ305. Okay. Here we go. Don Bungholio.
TP for his bunghole, man.
Don Bungholio.
Although it
Fun to
is
type.
cornholio. It is cornholio though. by
And
the
then we're
way.
gonna say, "Ooh, joined in June. Cool cats." So he joined after the challenge ended.
And bought it up.
Congratulations, Don Bungholio, for being what
Yeah,
MBL
check-
would call a fraud.
I want to see the let's Top Shot docs this guy. I want to see how, like, what's his cost basis on this? Did he swoop in like when it was in the doldrums and then now it's
No.
bumped up? Like, he's got to be in good shape if he was buying it. If he came in and like bought it right out the gate.
1253 is the first number, and we're looking for 2624. No. What are we looking for?
28, 26.
28,
28,
26, yes.
All right,
28,
Don
26.
Bungholio. Yeah, we'll look at his cost basis on the Cool Cats in a minute.
I mean, I'll just start fiddling. Bungholio. There can't be that many Bungholios on the platform, right?
Oh man.
Oh, there is a Bungholio, like just Bungholio.
All right, so we've got 8229, and then what was Don Bungholio? 1253. So 1253 is closer. So Don Bungholio is going to get a tier 2 spin here. Don Bungholio, congratulations.
Is
so
he in the chat right now?
yeah, Don Bungholio, are you here?
Don, if you're in the chat, did you originally want Bungholio and found out it was taken? So you were like, shit, I got to come up with something. You added
Find
the
him,
Don to it?
find Don. You know what, Chugs? Find Don Bungholio.
No, I'm
and
not
send
gonna
him the
do that.
stream. No, find him and send him the StreamYard link. I want to ask the story.
Well, actually, but Live Token is magical. So Bungholio has been on the platform since February, and Don Bungholio obviously joined in June. So maybe he couldn't get Bungholio, and he was a little Bungholio hurt. Butt hurt. He
It
was a little
close. It was a,
yeah.
just
it was
try again later. No
Misfire.
biggie. All right, this is for Don Bungholio. Oh, giving away all the ETH tonight, all of it. Just fuck it. We're just giving it all
Whoa.
away. Nobody's getting top
one
shot.
at a time. Let's go. Get you that
Literally-
internet money.
Literally, there hasn't been a single moment that has been pulled off of this.
Get you that
tier two.
internet money. Is that Bungholio's?
Yes, that is
You
Bungholio's.
sending it right to the poop shoot? 0.1 ETH.
Wait,
There
one
we
ETH.
go.
So now, whoever's left, you're getting a moment for sure. Well, I guess no, the playoffs one came off, right? Who was that? I forget who it was. It was one of the first people.
These 8% claw torpedoes are doing a number on me.
Oh, there you go. Clawpedos. There we go.
Chlorpedos.
Chlorpedos. Went to the TP for the bungholio. All right, so the next one. Fuck, man, you're throwing me off here. All right,
I'm taking notes too.
This is for
Kinda.
Who is this? KZ305.
This is for KZ305.
I actually have a spreadsheet with all this, so we're gonna be good. I'm organized.
I don't know what Westbrook got, but I have everybody else.
Westbrook got 0.05.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Kyrie 2021 playoffs. I think this is like
Right.
a $16 moment.
Kyrie playoff.
$12 moment. KZ305. And again, all of these people are going to be entered into the spin for the tier 1 stuff as well.
Boom.
Yes. So Kyrie 2021. All right. That was quarter 3. We've now gotten through 3 full quarters. Once the game ends, we will do this again.
4 minutes
and
left.
we'll pick like some other thing with yards or whatever. Like we'll pick like the number of total reception, like completions. That's what we'll do. We'll do like total completions plus some other thing just to kind of mix it up.
Yeah, that's a good one because right now you got Dak 37 of 51, so that's like 37-5-1 serial. You got Tom Brady 27-40, 27 of 40. You could combine both of them and then make it a really high. So if anybody got some trash cereal,
give
somebody a shot. Give somebody a shot
go.
who's got the shitty cereals.
So while I have both of you on the stream, it's a real treat, Greg, for you to be here. Welcome back. It's awesome that you're doing all the other stuff that you're doing. It sounds like you've got some good family stuff going on. Soccer, that happening? Are you coaching?
I'm not.
Are you coaching? Okay.
No, I don't think I know enough about soccer. I know it's probably not that you don't need to know much at 5 or whatever, but I just don't feel like I know enough about it to coach it.
We could teach you. You could teach me hoops, and I can teach you soccer. It'll be good.
So quick
sure.
currency update. Rocket Dots.
Greg and I are thrilled. Just fill us in, buddy. For those of you who don't know, Greg and I each owned Rocket Dot and sold at 4.9.
No, sorry.
Unbeknownst
4.9.
while it was rocketing.
So really interesting dynamics played out. They released this massive 60-page report on August stuff. It was super fascinating. Really, really good read.
That looked like they poached some Goldman analyst dudes and were just like, hey, build us a ginormous report right now in 12 hours. That looks straight out of investment banker pitch book type set style shit.
It's good. It's good.
Anyway, go on.
So long and short of this though, and I wrote a tweet about this last week or earlier in this week. A lot of the lower sales that are bringing things down are actually offers that are being accepted as opposed to listings that are being purchased. So there's a sort of interesting dynamic in NFT world where the vast majority, if you own any NFTs, that the vast majority of the offer emails that you get are trashed. They're just bots that are sending you crazy, stupid shit. It's I'll give you half as much as it's worth, or at least relative to the floor value of a particular thing. But it's very curious that now you see this in the sales bots and everything else, but there are a ton of people that are being sort of, they're willing to part with their currency token for a reasonable offer. And you don't see that very often happen, at least in my experience, across other projects that are that are more common, right? Where, the price is lower, price point's lower. It's just not as fruitful, right? If you can get a 1 ETH discount or a 2 ETH discount on one of these things, one of these currency pieces, that's worthwhile versus trying to get a 0.05 discount on a Dead Fellas or a 0.05 discount on a Subduck or something, right? There are lots of things that are out there, but it seems to me a much larger portion of the sales that have happened on OpenSea that I'm seeing anecdotally, I don't know exactly how many, but a lot of them are accepted offers. So if you're looking to get into a project that's a little bit more expensive, I think there's a couple lessons. Well, 2 things, lessons on the buyer side and lessons on the seller side, right? So if you're looking to get into a project, right, and you would like to do so at below the floor, it can be a fruitful exercise to send offers that are close to the floor but just under it for listings that have been recently made or reduced, right? So a lot of the things that I found were someone had listed their currency tender at 13 ETH, and someone came in and offered them 10.5, and they said, boom, done, right? It's like haggling at a swap meet, right? Like we expect it to happen, right? Or you go to a car sales lot, like, you know, there's an expectation with higher ticket items that there's some sort of haggling back and forth, and these platforms allow for it, right? So like we should take advantage of it. And on both sides of it, right? So, you know, be aware as a seller that as these offers come in, like, yeah, you can absolutely accept them and that ETH will be yours. But you may avoid the complication of trying to list it and delist it and all these different things and gas for listing and all this different stuff. But, you know, you should be aware that like it is possible for you to make a little bit more money for like a little bit of a distant or a different inconvenience factor. So on the buy side with this, you have to wrap, at least on OpenSea, in order to make a bid on one of these, you have to wrap your ETH. And what that means is you like say, I'm going to lock my ETH in for a specific amount of time. So it takes your ETH tokens, let's say it's 1 ETH, right? It takes your ETH and it turns it into WETH, WETH, and it's
which costs money, by the way.
It does cost money. So like it holds it for you so that, you know, for the duration of, you know, your offer, it can be accepted. It like doesn't have, you don't have to, it's like a hold or like a pending debit card hold basically, right? Like when you put, you know, your credit card down at or, you know, your debit card down at a hotel, they like put a hold on your account for $500 or whatever it is. Or when you go to the pump, like you're filling up gas, right? Like you put it in, it says debit card balance, $100. It's like holding $100 for the transaction. And then when the transaction happens, it uses whatever it is from it. So yeah, it's like escrow. Perfect. Good example. So with some of these bigger projects, and this is going to happen more and more, especially as the platforms get more nimble and gas is hopefully shakes out a little bit. Like there can be some haggling on this stuff, and you don't need to rely on, you know, personal DMs to do this. The better that people are educated about how this stuff works, how to make offers, how to you know, actually take and execute offers. I think it's going to be very important moving forward that everybody's at least literate to understand what's happening. And I think a big portion of this dip is related to just like NFT bear markets, or, you know, like a portion of a bear market relative to ETH dipping. ETH is back to where it kind of was. Like I was looking at this today, like, yeah, it spiked way down, but it's like not that crazy in the grand scheme of things. I think people got scared off a little bit, and I think people as well are, I mean, 3460, look at a week, like that's where it was, you know, not that long ago, or 2 weeks. Yeah, it was right there, like 10 days ago. Like, oh man, ETH's down. No, it's not. It's fucking up. Like, look at all this
pull
shit.
Pull it back 6 months, or
Yeah.
you know, whatever.
Yeah, stupid. Yeah, look at this, crazy. Yeah, this. Hold on, where's the peak of the Top Shot boom? Right here.
Yeah, ETH got like,
yeah.
Well, I was going to say there was that ETH getting to like 4,000.
Yeah, this was
like,
yeah, this was crazy time.
I can't believe I'm looking at the history. I'm looking at the Hearst history. Somebody hit the bid at 7.5 Ethereum.
Yeah,
that's like I mean, that's like the one that
low.
sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, you're looking at OpenSea.
Yeah, I'm just on OpenSea. So I guess it's not picking up any Palm transactions, right? Like this is strictly just what was on OpenSea.
Oh snap! Check this out. What did I get? Oh, coloring book. Awesome. We had Shakerman Dan from the Alphabetis team. Looks like they airdropped all the Alphabeti Doodles coloring books, which is dope.
Sweet.
Very cool.
That's cute.
And I think you can download these. I don't know the details on this.
I think kind of to speak to just sort of like market behavior and stuff, like what you were saying. When there's kind of like a period of fatigue or like malaise or whatever in any kind of market, if you feel like you're kind of sitting on like found treasure, like everybody who got these, you know, presumably if you're an original holder, your cost basis was 1 ETH, which if you're putting it in US dollars is about $2,000 back then.
It was exactly $2,000.
Yeah, it was like almost on the nose, like $2,000. And so, you know, you might be like, yeah, maybe this is 15 or 20 ETH, but like I can get 10 hit right now and 10x this shit, and then I don't have the stress about it. Like it's literally definition of bird in hands worth two in the bush. So like, or 10, you know, 10 in the bush,
Right.
whatever you want to say. So like that play, I mean, ultimately we're all humans. We're not perfectly rational players when it comes to anything, like any kind of market. So like, it doesn't shock me at all to where like you're in an environment where the hype has kind of like simmered a little bit. And so now people are just sitting there kind of like, okay, really, what am I doing here? Like, am I trying to hold this thing for like 10 years, or am I trying to make like freaking, you know, 35 grand like right now?
No, it makes total sense. Yeah. And Mike, you're totally on with this. We're all gambling with this. That said, I think 10 ETH is not like an insignificant amount of money for most people, right?
No,
like,
that can change a lot of people's trajectories of like where they currently are in life.
A lot.
Like, without a doubt. And we've said it, and you've said it before, and I've said it.
Yeah.
I've basically agreed with you on it. Is like, you know, the metaverse is cool and all, but like you pay your bills in real life, and you get a car in real life, and you know, put your kids in school in real life. Like, so there is like a nominal barrier where it's like at a certain point, my like crypto maxi like vibes that I'm feeling and that I'm really believing in and stuff, like when you have exit value that's like staring you in the face, that's like meaningful, like it's hard to just flat out be like, you know, I'm a believer in the system and all, and like screw that. Like that's why I don't fault anybody really for like cashing out whenever they do cash out. Like that, for sure, that's your own move, like go for it. So, and
Greg, you got to take off. Yeah,
I do. Yeah,
man,
it's nice chatting with you guys.
As always.
To next time.
Before you run, how's the new job going?
Yeah, what's up?
It's going really well. It's been busy.
Good vibes.
Been busy learning a lot. You know.
Is it all remote, or you like it? Have you gone to like met anybody in person yet, or anything?
No, so we're in the office. I'm in the office halftime.
Okay, nice. Okay,
cool, man. Well, we'll catch up later. If we don't talk to later tonight, but thanks for joining, man, and we'll talk soon.
All right, catch you guys later. Bye.
Peace out, homie.
Yeah. So just kind of in summation on this, though, like every time you look at, so for anybody that doesn't know, if you go to any collection on OpenSea and you click the volume traded button up along the top, it launches you into all the transactions that have happened and the trading history on it. And you can see sort of the price for those trading history, and like, you know, a significant slowdown. There was like 11 hours without a sale here, but anything that's in the red is wrapped ETH, which means that was a bid that someone sent that someone accepted. In many cases, like let's take a look at this 751, right? Like, you know, this, I've been able to hide like this one. I was trying to track it. The person has it listed at 15. Yeah. Fucking idiots. This looked like a bot offer. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I mean, you can't see where it was previously listed, but
here we go. We can.
Oh, you're trying to find all the trading.
So hold on. So Regal listed.
Let's get the list.
So the offer on 7.5 was there. Ghost gets it, not from a sale. So Regal sends to Ghost. Regal mints. Regal sends to Ghost with maybe an off-market deal or something like that.
Yeah, because it was listed originally at 19.
Listed at 6?
Well, it's showing WETH. Usually when you list, it's not in WETH.
Yeah. So and I've seen this one. This is a bot, right? And actually, this guy, this account has hit a bunch of times. So and then Ghost.
There's this weird like null address and then minted, and
this is a funky one.
Yeah.
So like Ghost sells for this. KJ1 puts it up. It's listed. There's a transfer to a null. This is funky. Stay away from this one. This money laundering.
I do think one point you made that was actually pretty good insight, like just kind of reading between the lines for everyone, is the fact that if you catch a recently lowered offer, like recently listed is one to maybe take note of, but also recently lowered offers. If you put yourself in that person's shoes, like if you're listing something and then you lower it, clearly you're wanting to get rid of it. Yeah. Right. So like you're going to be more apt to, and that's like kind of the game theory, like the chicken of it, right? It's like, okay, if that person lowers it, you know, are they just going to keep low? Are they just going to keep lowering it? Like, how low should I? You know, ultimately, lists are not. And I've said this about Top Shot too. Is like lists are just one side of a market. They're not. That isn't the going rate by any stretch. And so, if you're looking to try to, you know, price something off somebody, and you want to, and you're comfortable with like wrapping and all that stuff, which isn't hard, but like you got to do it. Yeah. You know, there's you could totally peel something off of somebody who's, you know, put their, you know, if they had a currency thing and they had it at like 16 and then they recently cut it from 16 to 10, like that's a pretty big haircut. Like clearly,
I'll take $10,000 less.
Clearly,
for,
clearly they want
20 grand,
but it's like clearly they want to move that thing. So it's like if you're a player in there, and that applies at any kind of scale, right? It doesn't have to be. Do we want to try to put the game on live stream or something? Like it's a minute and a half left, and Dallas has the ball. I
can't put it on.
I could try to share my screen.
Well, I don't think I don't know. Does anybody know stuff about Twitch? Like, are we gonna get like?
Oh yeah, I don't want to get busted.
LOL, you cannot do that.
Yeah, the NFL will definitely not be happy about that.
Chug's trying to get the plunge and band.
Should we just do play-by-play then?
Holy shit, look who's here.
I'm kidding.
Hey,
what's
going on?
In? Oh, dude, Taylor. Oh my God. T-Smooth.
How are you?
What's happening?
I'd just drop in and surprise everyone, you know.
Have you like uncovered anything like supremely sketchy in the Top Shot world?
That's my job now.
I know, I've handed the baton. I wish that would be like a real grand entrance, as if I just rolled up with like some hot new tea.
You're like, I've been gone, but I'm back, and guess what? I found a 10,000 user cartel that has been
that would have been a great excuse for where I've been, but no, unfortunately, no, that's not the case.
Unofficial findings I will share now I did dig in with some help to the WNBA stuff and the multi-accounting thing. And I'm not going to share specific facts and figures or specific accounts or anything like that, because as with the blog or the response from El Dumbo in that thread, there is like the more information you give out about how we find information about people that do bad shit, the more they have the playbook to do that. So long story short, we were able, and I say I did most of the legwork. I was able to dig out. It was well under 10% of the accounts that were created, of the like 5,600 or so that were airdropped in Asia moment, that were sketchy, and like well under, like to, you know, probably more like between 5 and 8%. And pretty
by the sense of like buying things above market or sending gifts or stuff like that.
Right. Just like, hey, very clearly, like you bought moments, you sold them, and then like bought a shitty moment from someone else for like way over what it was worth. Like the amount of transactions that transpired into was actually way less. And interestingly, one of the things that I found of the transactions that those new users, those 5,600 new users participated in, the vast majority, or like, it was something like there was 20% or 30% more buy transactions than sell transactions. So like those accounts were buying more moments than they were selling, which is great. Like, and I think that part of that is probably, hey, I bought this thing, or, you know, I get an airdrop something that's worth 50 or 100, and now I have $100 in Dapper. I'm not just going to turn around and buy a $100 moment necessarily. I might buy 4 or 5 other things, or I might buy, you know, 3 or 4 other WNBA moments to like get to whatever it is that I needed. So really interesting. And that's including, obviously, like they could have bought one of those, like, you know, new user base packs when they came in as well. So I think there's I don't have numbers that like, hey, this was a marketing transaction or like a activation that was successful in the grand scheme of things. But for anybody out there that's like, oh my God, it was 50% bots, like you're fucking wrong. You're just wrong. Number one. And stop it. Number two, yes, there was shit and shady shit that happened. And of course there was, like, as with anything, there are fringe situations, but it's not nearly to the degree that people think it might be.
Unless we had really smart people that are like, I'm going to lay into the radar for a while.
Yeah.
But
So
the odds of that being like widespread is pretty small, I would say.
So and I don't want to say that like this 90% legit new users. I'm not going to put any like, hey, because it may be that, there's 10% more that are shady that they just haven't done shady shit yet. Like it's definitely possible. Like I don't want to discount that, but like by and large, most people like, I think something like half of the people sold the Asia moment within the first week. Because guess what? It was really fucking lucrative to do it. And it was free. And a lot of that turned into, super plus EV. Yeah.
I would have totally flipped out mine. If I was one of the first people to get one of those things, it was priced ridiculously and people were actually paying $200 for it or whatever at a time. Like,
for sure.
I'd be like, yeah, I'll wait and I'll go back and get it half price.
Yeah.
So I think the TLDR on that one is just like,
not a big deal.
Overstated. I don't think so. Based on the and again, I'm going to couch this with a bunch of disclaimers. Like based on the data that I saw, that I got some help pulling together from transactions data from sources out there that helped us out, which is very similar data that Top Shot has access to, right? The types of stuff that you can trace and transact, like pull back through the blockchain, like there wasn't that much. Like relatively speaking, was not that much shady shit. So that's my synopsis.
I think the big question I had was like their marketing plan to get these new users. I've been obviously fairly like out of the loop, at least compared to where I was like 2 months ago, where I'm like following along casually, but not as in the weeds as of late. And I was like, I didn't hear much about this ahead of time, where I felt like it was kind of just like announced and then a day or two later, the airdrop started happening. So the part that made me wonder is like, could they really spin up this many new signups in only a day or two if someone like me who's already plugged into the space pretty well was like vaguely familiar with what was going on? Like it seems really hard to activate that many brand new people. But like to this point, I know they had like Roz talking about it and other, folks that are involved in the WNBA and players. Yeah. So I'm sure they had their way, but I was like, this was a pretty quick turnaround to get brand new users that are interested in the WNBA.
It's a really interesting dynamic. And I think that obviously like everything beta, right? Like they're still learning lessons, and LG talks about this all the time of like, and in that thread, he did a really good job of this is their time to try shit out. Right. Cause this, when they start turning on the jets, like the flexibility to be creative and like throw shit at the wall and see what sticks, like goes away. You don't get that leniency when you have a more established thing. And it looks like the game might be close to over. I don't know.
Just throw your screen up to like ESPN's Gamecast or something, just so it's there.
Ooh.
Anyway, I mean, Tampa's driving right now with less than a minute left. They're down by 1, so it's
and they're in field goal range now.
It's nut cutting time, fellas.
All right, there we go. Good thing I picked the Bucks to cover 8.
Good thing in my confidence pool, I took Bucks for the max wager tonight.
Me too. I did too. Oh, they better make it then.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, they're getting there.
So while this is happening, Taylor, are you a DFS guy? Do you play football, like fantasy football and stuff?
So my only thing that I play is Pick'em. I used to play fantasy back in like Yahoo Sports when that was like the OG fantasy football. Like I looked, and every now and then when I go in Yahoo, I see my like Chad Ochocinco profile picture, which cracks me up. Back when he had like Ochocinco on the back of his jersey, that's how long ago I played fantasy. So I haven't played fantasy in a while.
My fantasy football team, by the way, my fantasy football team this year, or one of them is called NF Titties, and I'm really excited about it.
Wow. That's pretty
smart. I just do. I've been a fan. I've whittled it down to just a family league, and I'm the chug in the north. Because everybody's in New Orleans, and so I'm the one up north.
I don't even remember what my team name was. I gotta look it up.
My other one is Kittle One Martini, I like that
Okay.
one. And
Kill
then
one more team.
and then we have a vampire league, which is awesome. Have I talked about this on the stream yet?
No, I think I've heard of like a zombie league before or something like that. Explain.
Oh God.
Explain
me
the
to explain?
vampire
It's
league.
like
I think
like
I've heard of it. I'm vaguely familiar.
it's
Go
like
for it.
it's a spin-off of like the Matthew Berry one. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. So there's 14 people in the league. One person is the vampire, and the other 13 are the vampire hunters and the like villagers. And everybody, all 13 of us snake draft. The vampire doesn't draft.
Right,
So
right. Yeah,
they can only construct their team off
From
of
the waiver
everybody
wires
left.
or whatever. Yeah.
And nobody has ads. You have to earn ads. So like you earn ads through everybody scoring more points than the vampire in a given week.
Bucks.
And like one person
Bucks.
did they just score? Yeah, did they
They're
skip
up.
the field goal? Didn't this guy have COVID? This suck up guy?
Suck up? Maybe. I don't
Anyway,
know. They're in Florida. They don't care.
Then every week there's a vampire hunter, and that person, if that person that you've elected to be the vampire hunter beats the vampire, just points over points, then you get an ad. So like you can get one, maybe, or two ads per week, depending. But if the vampire beats the team that it's matched up against, they get to pick any starter from that team,
Right,
and they
right.
force a trade.
Yeah. That's
So-
so
Wow.
good. I love
Yeah.
it.
So it's like there's a lot of like game theory to it. It's really super funny because if the vampire wins, like they can pick anyone from that person's team. So like you might, but you want to beat the vampire when you're matched up against them, but you may not want to start like your best player because your hosed, like if you start Mahomes, right, for example, and like, you know, something happens and you get beat, like he's obviously going to take Mahomes unless Mahomes got injured. And so like, it's like, there's this game theory element to it as
Yeah.
well. And because you don't have like any waiver wire stuff and the way the roster is constructed is it's 4 wide receiver tight ends and 2 running backs. So because it's such a big league.
Yeah.
So like, you know, it's basically like, you know, and in their
It's just
timing of it,
whack-a-mole teams, man.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's whack-a-mole teams.
That's cool. And then once the vampire starts picking up steam and they start coming your
Oh
way,
yeah.
it's like,
I mean, like,
well, then now they're
yeah,
stacked. Do I even want to
they're
play
host.
anyone?
they're
Now
host.
it's like their whole team is all stars.
Yeah. So
Wow.
if the, yeah. So
I
and
can-
whoever
I
finishes
can get
behind
first
that.
gets to be the vampire the next year.
That's
So-
a cool one.
I could get behind those types of fantasy things that are more like game theory related and less just like pure fantasy. Like, do you know? I don't know. I don't know the NFL well enough to like compete. I feel like.
So on that, I mean, I don't know if it's purely on that
Mhm.
note, but like with the TOC thing, like I was listening to the On the Moment guys like kind of talk about it, and I didn't get it was like right when they were about into the strategy part of it was when I got to the office and like wasn't really listening anymore. What is exactly like how exactly does it work? I know that they have like weekly contests where you need to have basically a full lineup of 5, right? Like running back, tight end, wide receiver, quarterback, and a defense,
Right.
and it's position groups. And then there are smaller ones where called side action or something like that, where you only need 2, and it could be any 2, basically. So like, and Taylor, I don't know how much you've been following along, but it's position groups. It's not like individual players. So it's kind of neat where it's like you could just have like the Rams running backs or something. And that's like
so
a card to play.
I thought it
um,
was like a very wink, like Rams running back who happens to be number 30.
Oh,
whatever.
no,
like the
no.
old NCAA football where it's like they don't have names, but coincidentally, it's the
Where's
exact
my
same
packs?
players.
What your pack? You don't
Oh,
have
there
your packs. It's like,
There they
where
are.
are they? Because you pulled some freaking heat, man.
I pulled some good
Yeah.
ones. So I
Yeah.
bought 10 packs and I waited patiently, just like everybody fucking else.
for like an hour.
Yeah, like no, I waited till the next day. Calm down. So I have a couple really like heavy hitters. So I have Green Bay quarterback, so obviously Aaron Rodgers. I've got a joker for a wide receiver, which means I can pick any team to play, and it's number 69, which is
And
awesome.
number 69
You got-
bonus.
Which is awesome. I have the
Tennessee.
Rams defense, which is dope. I've got the New Orleans
Saints
running backs.
everything, which
Saints
is
everything.
amazing. Which is
I love,
amazing.
I love the artwork for the Saints.
Yeah,
So-
so good. And then I think I also have the Tennessee running back. I've got San Francisco tight end. If I want to play that, I've got Tom Brady. I've got Tennessee defense. Like anyway, so long short, I do have the Panthers running back as well. Yeah, so I've got McCaffrey.
Stack.
So it's going to be interesting because there's only 310 of each, right? Like there's only 310 possible lineups that have Christian McCaffrey in them, right? Like of the, let's say that hypothetically speaking, if there were 20,000 packs sold and 5,000 individual cards, and there was like 1,000 of each position group in each, in theory, maxed out, perfectly distributed, there could be 21,000 entries, right? Chances of that happening are slim to none because so many people bought like 5 or 10 packs at a time. So I think there's like not that many unique owners in the grand scheme of things of these cards. So there might only be like, I don't know, 1,000 entries in the first week, like in the main contest, maybe maybe 3,000, maybe 5,000, something like that. We'll see. But it'll be super interesting to see how that plays out because let's say Tom Brady right now, like he goes off on Thursday. Like it's very likely that people that have, the 309 other people that have Tampa Bay quarterbacks may play him in their main event. Right. But what if I stack him with something else in the side hustle? Like, another like boom group that like, you've locked in a significant floor points and you've got this other one that you can use there because maybe I want to use Green Bay quarterback for like my main event, but cause I think it might go up from there, but and differentiate between the quarterback side of things. So it'd be super
I've got
interesting.
A couple questions for you.
Yes.
One, have they said anything about like this being locked in, like you can never buy packs again in the future, or there'll never be more of these coming out in the future, or like could they release more?
Yep. So good question. To my understanding, they have released half of the packs that are available for this season. So this is very specifically like the 2021, 2022 season. So they are working on figuring out how to use, because obviously like next season they'll release another set of cards and so on and so forth. Like if they continue this on, but they're looking at figuring out, how to make there be like utility for these things moving forward in some way. Whether it's like
the Madden model of like, you've got to buy them again. Sorry. I know.
Yeah. I mean, it totally makes sense though. Like in the grand scheme of things, and people should be doing the math on like, okay, what is my expected value of like winning a contest based on the outlay
of this season? Well, it's good for you.
And if you get first in one of these contests, you get you get to go to Miami,
for like a live
the
contest,
live week 17s. So they've released half of the packs, and so they're going to do another set. I don't know when. They haven't said, I don't think, when the second one's coming out. And that'll be locked in for the season. Is like, I imagine after week 1 or week 2. But the Jokers thing, like, Rubber Ducky, the Jokers things are kind of wild. Like, there's only 310 wide receivers. You can just pick whoever. I just, and so I think this card, like this specific card, probably going to sell for like 0.5 ETH. Like
Joker 6'9".
So some of these people that
for the Joker, do you specify the team prior to your lineup, or is it like after the games happen, it will pick the best wide receiver?
I think prior to the lineup.
Interesting.
And you have their wide receiver group, like whatever team you pick. You take KC wide receivers or some crap.
Yeah.
Wow.
It'll be curious though. I think there's going to be some level of cap on like how much people are willing to spend on these things, because there is a cap on the amount of money that you can win on the back end of it, right? Like how valuable is, let's say the number 1 Joker for a quarterback, like you pick quarterback whenever you want. It's probably more, I think Jokers are probably more valuable with wide receivers, running backs than they are with the other 3, just because you can like, it's more matchup oriented, and like you can really prey on a really bad defense in a given week. Like there's a ton of malleability, as compared to like quarterbacks who are like, they're probably going to be at 20 to 25 points, like standard fantasy points every week, regardless of who they're playing type of thing. There's just like less variability with position groups, but it looks like, okay, you can only play 1 Joker per lineup. That's cool. Good to know.
And I was going to ask, so are these on like transferable? Like, are they on OpenSea or something like that? Or is it purely on their own platform?
It's OpenSea. They're Polygon. That's where they're built. So they're tradable on OpenSea using
gasless, right?
Yeah, gasless. It's like POS WETH, isn't it?
Yeah.
Could you get into weird
same as
situations
Zed? Same as Zed.
Could you get into weird situations where like things are on the market and selling mid contest sort of thing, like we saw in other areas where this starts to get tricky?
I don't think. Oh, good question. So you're talking about like, hey, if I'm playing them this week and like
It was
in the
sort of
middle
like
of the
the
slate of
Zed- the
games.
Zed
Well,
run
like
thing that
Zed,
popped
you're
up a
like
while
racing
ago.
a
People are
horse
like,
and you're selling it while you're also racing it or
it
whatever.
sells
Great
while it's
question.
racing. Yeah.
We should probably get TJ.
He's coming on
ask-
next week.
Oh, he is? Okay,
Yeah.
good.
He was
gonna
on
say,
First Man earlier, so
I know. I
gave him a break.
yeah.
He was supposed to come on this week, but I was like, hey, you're going on First Man. Like, why don't you take a break? Like, go
Take a
rest.
break.
Yeah. Get some sleep and then come talk to us next week.
Yeah. We had a good conversation the other day, though. I feel very good about TOC.
Nice.
This is awesome. This
I
is really
like
cool.
it. I mean, it's
So-
definitely got guys who know like kind of cool
Yeah.
mechanics with like DFS and
Yeah.
all that stuff and incorporating
It's
it
super
here.
interesting.
So I do.
Super
I gotta
interesting.
say, I gotta say, my guy, old Chris Vernon he's a big Cowboys fan.
Mhm.
He tweeted out. I'll just read half of his tweet because it's great. Just thrilled with how the Cowboys look tonight, despite the fact that Mike McCarthy gets erections thinking about red zone field goals. Because it's basically like the classic, like Mike McCarthy loss, like take the lead with just enough time left to hit the chippy when you probably should have just been trying to punch it to win the game. go up by 1 or 2 or whatever with a minute and a half left with Tom Brady on the other side. Like,
That's
good for you,
That's
Mike
great.
McCarthy.
all right.
By the way, the comment section cleared up. You got to have these cards or whatever in your
Locked in open
ownership. Yeah. When you set the lineup.
Yeah.
Cool.
3129 is the number.
Yeah, I did a couple of numbers, by the way. So we could either go with 3129, we could go 3250, which is Dak's throwing like attempts or completions attempts. We could do 4258, or if we want to do a high serial, we can do 7708.
Why don't we spin the wheel for the moment first, and then we'll pick?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Because if we get a big one, then we can do it.
Because a high serial, yeah, I'd like to try to fit a high serial in there for some of those people that have crappy serials.
SGA was one of the 10,000s.
Or like, what if Cat falls or some crap?
Hold on. I should know this offhand.
I can't remember which set he was from. Is he from the Cold Countries one? No, he's not. He's a Kentucky Wildcat. I know that.
15,000.
Yeah, so let's do the 70. Let's do the dead middle one. 7708.
7708.
Yeah.
All right. 7708 is what we're looking for. So let's do this. Let's remove him or her or they. This is for quarter 4 head to head, going for 7088, right? No.
77.
Luca
7708.
Luca Mancini, congratulations. Luca Mancini. That is a good name.
Let's start.
Strong name.
Let's start Top Shot.
You're going
Dodson
head to
right
head.
away.
Head to head against Johnny C 210. All right, Johnny C 210.
Luca Mancini.
I'm
Give me your
hoping-
Shay. I'm looking up Luca right now. So Luca Mancini, poor guy, 14,171. He's not very close. So he's probably not getting this one.
So you're doing like closest to the pin.
Yeah,
Serial?
yeah,
8133.
So
8133.
he's the winner.
So no, this is Dong. Hold on. This is Dong Bunholio.
Oh, get him out of here.
Hold on.
Get that bunghole out of here.
Oh, the suspense is killing me.
What's he got?
11051. Still wins.
Ooh, edges him out. All right.
All right. So this is Johnny C's. Johnny C 210s. Here we go.
This is a tier 2 spin, right?
This is a tier 2 spin. So the
Cole
Cole
Anthony.
Anthony is going to Johnny C 210.
The
That's a nice
official
moment.
look.
Nice moment.
That's not
120
a game. That's not a game winner though, right? His
I don't think so.
his rookie. Yeah, it's his like 35,000 was the game winner one. I think.
All right. And tier 3, we're going to run here for Luca Mancini. Luca Mancini, tier 3.
This feels like when I watched people play craps for the first time. And I had no idea what was
No idea
happening.
what's going on.
But
That's
I'm just
LaMelo.
here to have fun and applaud.
LaMelo 40K.
LaMelo
All right,
40K
all right.
is $68. Nice.
And now we got 2 more, right? We're
Got
night
2 more.
botting.
Yeah, let's Nightbot. Q4, hit it. I got to pee, so we're gonna run the.
What if Taylor and I just want to talk? He's
Okay.
like, what?
I'm gonna go
I
pee
was
then.
gonna ask. Yeah, take your time. It's been a minute. I was gonna ask.
He's like, let's play the music. I'm like, what if we just want to bullshit for a minute?
So I gotta ask, what's with this super clean setup in the background? It's all purple and clean and
so so it's the new pad. I got like one of those little LED light things. They're not that expensive at all, to be honest.
Is it like on the floor? Like
yeah, it's just like
up?
laid. Yeah, I don't have it like strung up high or anything. It's just laying on the floor.
So I got these. I got these for behind my monitor.
Boom. So it's pretty much the same thing.
The wife shot them down. She said those things. She said those things can catch on fire. You have to get the ones covered in plastic. And I looked it up, and I saw saw people answering online saying these physically cannot catch on fire. They don't get hot enough.
Yeah, so, I mean the ones that I have.
We compromised, and I'm not putting them up.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. So how's your? I know you're like basically rebuilding your house, right?
We are almost done. So for everyone who wants to know, that's where I've been.
Yeah,
driving to Home Depot or Lowe's, driving to Lowe's every day after work to go buy shit. We are almost done. This weekend's going to be like we're done with work and we get to actually move into our house again.
Very nice, very nice. No, you've been like living in a tent outside. It sounds like. Which I mean, if you're in Southern California, that's not like the worst thing, right? I mean, the weather's
we did sleep outside a couple nights. We're back into the main side of the house, and it's all good. It's pretty much a new house now. I'll have to have Mr. Greg Murray over here one of these.
Yeah. You got to get a hoop. You got to get a hoop though. You got to punch one into your garage or whatever, like right above the garage door.
Just ruin the whole aesthetic of the house.
And then like Greg come and just tomahawk it and just rip it out of the wall.
We'll put it at like 9'6", just something friendly height. And I think I missed Greg by like 5 minutes.
You did.
Yeah, you missed him. I did not know that you were gonna. I haven't been paying attention to any messages, or I don't know if you just kind of showed up and announced it.
I didn't say anything. I was.
okay.
I just got back from building a dryer vent, and I was like, "Shit, I wonder if we're still going." And then I saw that you guys were still on. I was like, whatever.
We're all just trying to aspire to be like a plunge here because I hooked up a fucking ice maker the other day. And drinks on the house pretty much indefinitely because I did that. I know Plunge is like chopping wood every freaking weekend and laying sod and
grass stuff that I don't understand.
Total farmer
as a turf owner.
Turf?
Yeah, it's synthetic grass. Yeah,
it'll work. It'll work.
You know what? It's very green. It doesn't look like the putting green at least. Looks like real grass.
All right, let's run this thing.
All right.
TS got me on this BS. That's a great name.
Shit's rigged. That's a good one.
TS got me on this BS. That's awesome.
That's a good one.
Great name.
So he's rolling.
And then Evo Milo. It's following since today. Welcome to the stream, Evo Milo. Thank you so much. Newcomers, we love them. Awesome. All right,
so we're rolling tier 3, the tier 3
here.
wheel.
So 2 more out of this one.
We got just kind of peeking around. We got a couple Russes. We got a WNBA moment.
TS got me on this BS.
Bam.
Right. Bam S2 base there. Right. That's a $4 moment. Solid. But you do have an entry into the tier 1 spins, which is
I had to Google like half the names on this wheel right here.
Yeah,
Nixon Jones.
I
can't say
Evo Milo.
Who he played for?
I thought Isabel Harrison was like an NFT artist or something. So
Russ 21 plus. This is a $10 moment. Evo Milo.
That's
all right.
Funny reminding myself that Russ actually was in the playoffs this year. The Wizards.
Who did I miss?
They were there.
Oh, that's right.
Did we not?
For a second.
Did we not?
What?
You know what we didn't do?
What?
Did we do quarter 3?
We
didn't do Nightbot for quarter 3. Did we
Maybe
do,
not.
Chat. Did we do quarter
Didn't
3 for
do the
Nightbot?
I didn't-
after
I didn't-
Q3,
We didn't do the
did you?
Nightbot after quarter 3. Everybody type Q3.
Mm,
Quick. Everybody type 3. I only have 14 names, which means that there was I didn't do Nightbot after that one. All right. Quarter
well,
3 Nightbot.
imagine that.
I saw people type in Q3 like halfway through the fourth quarter. I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
what was going
because
on.
they thought that I was going to do it, and then I ended up not doing it because I'm a dumbass.
And they just type in numbers.
yeah, because they're anticipating. They're seeing
trying
the
to
field.
trying to front run. They know.
Oh shit! I forgot to actually like change the keyword thing. All right, everybody, now I'm going to reset it now. Okay, everybody, Q3. Sorry about that.
Q3.
My bad. I'm trying to keep my head on straight. This is a lot of moving parts, just so it's very
This
clear.
is very
It's very
impressive.
involved. Very involved. But once we get L16 winners from before, we're gonna roll Nightbot again. We're gonna get 20 people.
Okay.
20 people eligible for 4 tier 1 spins.
Holy smokes!
So a 1 in 5 shot of winning like a really significant thing.
You know what this feels like?
What does it feel
This
like?
feels like when we watched the pack breaks the first time and we had no idea what was going on.
Oh,
We
yeah.
had it dialed and it was super elaborate. There was just names being crossed off. And
You're just
money.
like, what the fuck?
Like,
And we were just like, I
Who
don't
do we
know
got?
what
Who
this
do
is,
we
but
got?
I can't stop watching it. That's what.
Speaking of, I spent there's a streamer that does pack breaks. Q3, everybody in the chat does pack breaks called No Hitter, NGO Hitter, who's awesome. I hopped on his stream last night and it cracked Diamond Icons Baseball. Have you ever seen this product?
No.
It's incredible. Diamond Icons 2021.
Oh wow.
It's like a quadrillion dollars a pack. I think it's
imagine
roughly
that.
Jackie Robinson cards.
Somewhere between a bajillion and a quadrillion.
So the way it works is each spot was 10 spots and they were 200 I don't know why I said that way. $275 a spot for so this is like an almost $3,000 box. It has 10 cards in it. It's got like signatures from all sorts of different players from like all sorts of different eras, like crazy shit. Right. So they crack it. And there was like the best part or the best one. And there was like a cleat, like a piece of a cleat from David Ortiz that's worth like $500 or something. So I get 9th in the draft. So I got the 9th best moment out of it. And I swear to God,
What did you get?
I got a signature from a guy that was born in 1886.
Someone
No
that
joke.
died how many years ago? Does that say 60 or 80? 1980?
He died in 1980, but
40 years ago.
he played in like the 20s.
The 10s.
Yeah. So I got a card that's basically an autograph, just like a picture of an autograph of him. It's like an actual autograph. It looks kind of like this, but the 2021 version. Okay, Q3, we're gonna roll this. Roll
That's
it.
epic.
You are signed in is the first one. We're gonna roll again. The second one is Brandon Saul. Welcome to the stream.
That was a pretty
Nice.
epic card plunge.
Yeah, but it was the 9th best card. Yeah, which is hilarious. But yeah, my buddy Richard got the like the primo like David Ortiz cleat patch. Basically, it's nuts.
Wow.
Like every single one of them is just like a crazy autograph. There's a Reggie Jackson with a game used bat, like a piece of like a wood chip from a fucking bat. It's crazy.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was really
It
cool.
reminds me, I got a Joe DiMaggio autograph like 2 weeks before he died. My grandma saw him, was taking my sister shopping in San Francisco, and saw him and recognized that it was Joe DiMaggio, even though he was like 70 or however old he was. And she was like, "Are you Joe DiMaggio?" He's like, "Yeah." She's like, "My grandson's like the biggest baseball fan ever. Can you sign something?" So he signed a receipt from the store. This is
No
two
way.
Taylor best.
You have a Joe DiMaggio
Taylor-
receipt.
It says to Taylor, best wishes, Joe DiMaggio. It is one
You
of the
have
things
it
that I own.
like
I have it
sitting
framed
in
back
a
at my
little. Yeah, I was
mom's
gonna
house,
say,
yeah.
man.
There you go. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my Rube Marquardt. Rube Marquardt. We'll find out. But yeah, I actually got 3 spots in an NBA Prism break yesterday, and like literally, I got the worst teams that you could possibly get, and like none of the good ones. But I got like every single like variation card. Like 12 out of the 18 packs in this box came out with like, the hit was from my team. I got like 3 Ursan fucking Ilyasovas and shit. Like I got like all these like kind of rare, like numbered to 100, but like shitty ass players. It was pretty funny.
Worth it. Gonna do it again.
Like really crappy cards. But anyway, I spent like way too much money last night on that stream. So such a life.
Hey, you
all
got
right,
a card from a guy that like was in World War I, probably. It's pretty dope.
Yeah. He was out of base. He was like my dad's age when he was in World War II. Anyway, so this one's gonna go. Okay, we're gonna spin this. We'll spin this tier 3 stream. This is for you are signed in. You are signed in. PG-13 playoffs. You are signed in. And a reminder to everybody that's winning this shit off of Nightbot, you're responsible. Your job is to get me, whether it's through Twitch, Twitter, Discord, like what you won and what your like Top Shot username is if it's a Top Shot moment, or like an ETH address if it's ETH. Your job. I'm not going to chase you down.
Claim your prize, buddies.
Claim your prize.
Claim your prize.
So, and this last spin, this is for Brandon Sell. Here we go. What do you want? What do you want, buddy? Russ S2 base. That nice $4 moment rounding us out. All right.
There it is.
Here we go. So we have now 16 people. Let's remove that. We're going to go back to this big wheel. Remove. I'm going to highlight everybody. I'm going to put all of our guys, gals here. There's 16. We're getting 4 more and adding them to the wheel. And we're going to pick 4 people out of this to roll a tier 1 spin. So giveaway. We're going to go ahead and type in the chat. What should we type? The 4 last spots. Cool cats. That's what it is.
One word. One word.
Cool cats, one word.
With a Z? No, I'm kidding. With an S.
With an S. And again, subscriber luck 10 times better than non-subscriber luck.
Significantly
and again,
better.
So this, like, your spot on here is a 1 in 5 shot of this is what's left on the tier 1 moment. 0.25 ETH.
Dude,
times 2.
So many good.
Yeah, so
Luca Cool Cat just hanging there.
What did we do?
LaMelo
Yeah, so
Floor Badger.
So earlier when I checked this, the floor on Luca Cool Cat is $1,460. LaMelo is $1,000. 2.25 ETH is about $875. And then the row for Giannis is $600. LeBron Seeing Stars fell off, but S2 base for the dunk is $400, and the S2 base for the no look 3 is $300. So at the worst, the 4 people that spin are going to have almost $2,000 worth of stuff. So please like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And we will roll this here in a minute. So Taylor, how are you feeling? You good?
Dude, I'm good.
How's the house? How close are you with the house?
I know this is what Chugs and I talked about while you were gone, but it's almost done. Pretty much, we're wrapping up work tomorrow. We're moving back in fully this weekend.
Cool.
We're pretty much done.
That's awesome. And you can get back to sleuthing.
Dude, and I can now hop on the stream and not have people hammering the side
jackhammering behind you.
Jackhammering midstream. Yeah.
Yeah. Jackhammering midstream is a problem we have.
Oh, that's tough.
It's a problem.
Yeah. Taking a more sustainable route towards Top Shot and NFTs. I feel like we were on a little bit of a too high of a trajectory.
Is there any
what world are you living in, dude? No, I'm just kidding.
Is there anything, because you've been quiet, you haven't really engaged on any of like the various projects that have come out. Is there anything
you're like, hey, I'm really curious about this thing?
What's one that any of us have shared, like you've seen, amongst the plunging crew? Like, has anything you've seen been like, if I wasn't, so caught up in, XYZ house stuff, like maybe I'd dip my toe in here. Is there anyone? And I'm not trying to say like plug anything or whatever, but like, what have you noticed?
Whatever I say should hold no value because I'm barely paying attention. I think the loot stuff was interesting. I think it was crazy speculative. But like, I think it was bound to happen that someone was just going to make something that seems like it has utility and bank on future utility that will come at some point. I didn't buy it.
Good.
Yeah.
Waste of fucking money.
That's what I'm saying. I know you don't have a dog in any of the hunts, so that's why I'm curious as to like what sort of stood out to you. I've been
honestly, the Penelope stuff stood out to me where it was like the part for me
not
was
financial
this
advice.
shit, not financial advice. Someone who's been going to Home
We
Depot.
did have Carlini. We did have Carlini on.
But it at least seems like for me, it's like the hurdle is, can enough people wrap their head around everything that's going on with that project and understand its full value and utility? Like, how do they get over that hump is like the biggest challenge, not like, will they come up with some cool idea? Because like I've listened to it and there's things where I'm like, I got to read this thing 5 times to understand how this is all working, which I think is awesome, but also a hurdle. But if enough people can like start to understand how it's working, I think it has a lot of potential. And it seems like, Plunge, you put it perfect where you said like he has forgotten more about NFTs than some of us will ever like know.
Yeah,
essentially.
So I was explaining this to someone recently, and so Penelope's in general is different in a lot of ways in terms of how we measure metric success for a given project. Right. So right now, one of the things that we look at, like sort of key performance indicators of a given project, things like measure the health of a particular thing, right? Like how many people are in a Discord, what's the floor price, how many unique owners are there? This is one where the fact that there are only 2,200 unique owners of this is not a bad thing, because what it signals is there are a lot of people that have no intention of getting rid of these things. And there are very, very few listings. It's not a function of like, hey, there's a bunch of people that have a big bag and they're trying to get rid of it. Like, yeah, there's a risk there. There's a risk that when you have a concentrated amount of holders, that they can affect like they can affect sell pressure pretty significantly, or no, buy pressure. I forget which one it is, but like they can put like really significant downward momentum on like the trajectory of a given price. But I think there's a lot of really smart people that hold these things that have no intention of selling them ever. Like, or at least not ever, but like at least for the next 6 or 8 months while all the airdrops are coming out and the per tokens for the kitty bank are distributed and all these other things. So it's like, hey, yeah, there's fewer unique holders than there might be on Cool Cats or Bored Apes or whatever those things are, but it's because they know what's coming and they're trying to maintain their portion of the pie, which I know I am. I've got 10 of them. Like, and yeah, that's my disclosure here is like, I have no intention of selling any of them. Other than, I think I gave you a sweetheart deal, Taylor and Greg, like, and a couple other guys in the plungers. So like, I think I had 14 at one point. Yeah, it was not fair market for the plunger.
It was a good deal. It was
bought all the plunger purrs.
All right. I'm going to roll this 4 times so that it doesn't get out. eTableau. eTableau is the first one. You get into this as well. eTableau. Let's pop you back into there. eTableau. Roll it again. Nightbot. Upright Squirrel. Following since today. Awesome. Welcome to the stream.
Nice. Newcomer.
Love
Getting to the big wheel.
eTableau. Upright Squirrel. Hold on. I need to copy these.
My next article is going to be the EV of subscribing to your Twitch stream for the odds of winning like a $5,000.
Yeah,
it's going to be very high.
Hey, if you follow long enough, no bullshit. Yeah. If you follow long enough, you're going to catch one of these episodes where
what was that last one?
We're giving away a shitload of shit.
Jakers 1016. Jakers 1016. Thanks for following since May. Jakers 1016, and one final person added to the stream from Nightbot. One final person into the final giveaway is going to be DN808. Subscriber, follower since 429. Awesome.
There we go.
Good mix of people here. All right, so, but yeah, you should do that. I think we tried to calculate it at one point, like the amount of stuff, just like straight up ETH that we had given away. Like it's a silly, absurd amount. And I want to make it abundantly clear for everybody else that wasn't here at the beginning, the benefit, or excuse me, the benefactor, is that the right word? The person that is supporting the stream in the biggest way. is a person named, or at least their username is Hold These Moments, who is a 9 Lives Lounge member, and has done a lot for all of us. He is very committed to making utility for 30 holders in particular, and anybody for the Cool Cat set in general. So really strong member of the community. Super grateful to him for all he's done for me personally and for the community more broadly. It's really awesome. So big thanks to Hold. And we're going to go ahead and spin this. So I'm going to spin this 4 times, and I'll go spin one, and then we'll spin the tier 1. So one at a time,
Yep.
4 times. And that's what we're going to do. 4 of those. Cause I got to save a couple of these, cause we're probably going to do this again.
Yeah.
Psst.
Yeah.
We're probably going to do this
Good
again.
call.
So I'm going to, I don't know how many shuffle. Give me a number 1 through 6, Taylor.
4.
1, 2.
I was
3,
thinking
4.
4, man.
There it is. All right. So the first spinner of the tier 1 wheel. Oh, upright squirrel.
Is it
Welcome to the
Is it
stream.
really?
squirrel? Get it?
Upright squirrel.
Squirrel getting that tier
Subscribe
1
today.
spin.
Upright squirrel. If you're in the chat, I would like to know, Upright squirrel, what do you want on this list? I know that like some of them have more value than others, but like if you could pick one of these things.
The narrative value of 0.25.
They didn't win anything, Kareem, yet. They just got onto the wheel. Just happy to be here. Love that. All right, here we
Very
go.
nice. Very nice. Let's go.
Very upright scrolling.
Luca Cool Cat coming
Luca
your
Cool
way.
Cat
Here
is
it
what you're
goes.
looking for.
Here it goes. Here it goes.
This is a good starting moment, though.
That's 2 base.
Nice.
The no look 3.
Nice. No look
Such
3.
Such
Awesome.
a good one.
Best moment on Top Shot. So again,
Yeah.
for everybody that's winning this stuff, your job is to claim your prize, which means send me Top Shot username or ETH address or whatever, Discord, Twitter, whatever, and what you won. All right, so I'm going to remove that from the wheel. Upright squirrel, I'm going to add you to my little list of who won what. That is for S2 base. There we go. Got it. Next up, let's spin it again. Who do we got next? KZ305. That's a 30 for 30 holder right there. KZ305. Awesome. KZ305, who I'm pretty sure won a $12 moment earlier, so this may make up for it. Oh, sorry. Tier 1. KZ305. Here we go. What do we got for you? Big time. Oh, cash.
Give him the
Straight
cash.
KZ305. I think I probably have your ETH address from the form, but double check it. Send it to me again, just so that I have it in my inbox. I'm gonna have a lot of fucking messages to work through tomorrow. Probably not gonna do this stuff tonight.
This is a job. It's like a job.
So just
And honestly,
full disclosure for everybody. Give me a day.
I should be tracking all this, but I
got it.
Yeah, Plunge is just
I got it.
multitasking.
Just happy to be here.
Yeah.
Just happy to be here. All right, hey, give me another number, like 1 through 4.
2.
All right, here we go. Third winner. Top Shot, shut up. Jakers 1016.
Let's
Two
go.
one wheel it. Here we go, Jakers 1016. What do we got for you? What do we got? There it is. $1,000 rookie mellow.
The mellow badge.
Wow.
That's the one that I would have wanted.
Let's get it.
I don't have one of these. I have a Luca Cool
I
Cat.
do not have one either.
If I got the
I would-
Luca
I
Cool
would
Cat, I
like
probably
this.
would sell it and then buy one of these. Nice, man. That's awesome. That's a dope moment.
That's a strong win.
That's a really strong moment.
Right there.
All right. Hold on. Let me make sure I got this right. Jakers. Jakers.
The quarter ETH. I mean, quarter ETH is no joke. Just sitting there. I mean, neither is the Luca
A
Cool Cat.
grand, pretty much.
It ain't no joke. It's
Like
like eight something.
8.7. It's just under
Who's paying
870.
gas is what I want to know.
Yeah.
It's not that expensive for ERC 20 token transfers.
Gotcha.
It's really expensive for NFT token transfers, but
Mm.
anyway, relatively speaking. Here we go. Last one of the night. This is going to be our walk off. Okay.
What do we got?
All right, Taylor, number 1 through 5.
1.
Shuffle. Here we go. Last but not least.
DN808 Sowell missed
Oh,
it.
Brandon, I'm so sorry.
Long time. He's been
If I
here
was
this
watching
whole
that-
time.
Oh man, if I was Brandon right now, I'd be real mad. That was
By the
crazy.
way, he's got a great you did great like pick, like his profile pic on Twitter. It's like the you did great ring
Yeah.
or class ring shirt. It's
So good.
solid. He's like holding like a mimosa or something.
That's so
It's
good.
good.
All right, here we go. This is for who did I just pull off?
DN808.
Dan 808. That's right. I had a moment. Sorry about that. All right, last one of the
50-50
stream.
shot at a pretty serious
Yeah, pretty
payout
serious.
here.
Payout. Oh, there it is. Big time. Big time.
Bleh, bleh.
Nice,
Got
man. DN808. So DN808, again, DM me your ETH address and that you won 0.25 ETH. I will go back through. I'll have to watch the stream again to like make
It's a
sure I
good.
got everything right.
It's a good start. Or Penelope's. What's the floor on Penelope's?
Check.
It was 0.5.
Is
Yeah.
it what is it at right now? I haven't seen in
Let's
a
take a
while.
look.
I can't remember where I got mine, but I mean it was a while ago.
Of the so Hold sent me 1 ETH to give away tonight. I was half expecting to like that half of it wouldn't be given away, and all. So both 0.25s on the tier 1 scale got taken. All
Whoa.
3 0.1s got taken in the tier 2 scale, and 3 out of 4 0.05. So I have 0.05 left, which probably is going to cover gas.
I didn't know the Penelope's were that high now.
Oh, yeah.
0.47 floor.
It jumped up to 0.5 earlier.
Woo.
But this
Cats.
This isn't the actual floor though. The actual floor is here in the liquidity pool.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, right here.
Gosh,
Point-
I snagged
0.23.
my little guy for 0.18. That was like when you first started really
Yeah.
kind of being like, hey, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
kind of
this is
like
not
what's going on here.
It's not financial advice, but if you're interested in being exposed and having exposure to the larger NFT market in the same way that like a spider mutual fund would do so, like this is not a bad way to do that.
Look up Cat 8627.
No,
It'll be a good time. Do it. Just do it. Just do it. It's a nice cat. What's
so stupid looking. Oh my God.
That's fantastic. Come on, man. You can't tell me that's not a great one.
Top shot when you say keep the per trader for LP cat, it actually doesn't matter. You don't actually need the cat. The token itself is what gets you the airdrops. So if you just want to hold the tokens, you can do that as well. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, everybody. So if you want to see mine.
Yeah, Plunge, you got a litter. Show your litter. I've got a base set pack from release 15 that I have not opened. That's like 7,500 count type stuff, I think.
Yeah, that's
base
heavy.
set 15.
Look at all these
Isn't it?
bot offers.
Just look at those bots just trying to take my plunge cats.
Yeah, plunge cats.
You can just
This
How many
guy's
plunge
dope.
cats are there?
they can just fuck right
There's
off.
118 plunge cats. I owned 14 of them at one point, so I owned over 10%. But then
Yeah,
I
which
gave-
one's your favorite? Is that your
This
favorite
one.
one?
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
This
The
one's my
the Homer Simpson beard.
yeah. This one's my spirit animal right here. I love
I
this.
kind
guy.
of dig the blue-eyed guy on the
Yeah.
on the right.
Yeah, he's fun too. This one over here. Yeah. Anyway. Oh yeah, Lamello Rising Stars, Dr. Olympia. I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me.
That's
Hold
in
on.
the Discord too.
Yeah, so the Lamello Rising Stars. Let me pull it out. I'll get a wheel going. So I forgot. So this was just for everybody in the Coolcast Discord.
Cats
So
with a Z.
you can't enter this one. Sorry. I just offered to do it
keep
on stream,
pissing
so it was
everybody off.
local. So hold on, let me set this up really quickly. And select a destination, and we're gonna use this guy. Form responses 2. We will pull off. Here's these Top Shot usernames. We will select clear it. We'll put everybody in here.
Really hope
So
I
this
win
is for
one.
LaMelo Rising Stars, which I think is like $1,200 or something crazy. So this is for the Coolcast Discord. Can't enter it. Sorry, everybody. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Is it going to be me? It's
Is it
going to
gonna
be
me?
David Kyle. Oh,
There-
Nick Ramos. Nick Ramos. All right, Nick Ramos.
Ramos with the win.
Congrats on that. All right. Nick Ramos. And with that, I think we're done. Yeah, we've
pretty
been going.
much.
Yeah, we're done. You
We're
got anything
over-
else to say?
we're over 3.
You got anybody in the chat? Got anything? No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna end it here. Solid 3-hour stream. Thanks for everybody for hanging with us. Gave away a shit ton of stuff tonight. It was super fun. If you missed the front half and you've been joining us recently, highly recommend going back and watching on either on YouTube, or if you subscribe and have VOD access, the first 45 minutes or so with Andras from EtherCards. Like,
Drop in their
very,
Discord too.
yeah, very, very good conversation. So
Learn it.
highly recommend that if you want to learn some more about some stuff there. Tailored, worth a listen, I think. But anyway, we'll leave it at that. Well, let's see who else is streaming right now who can raid over.
And we got
Let's
next
see.
week. So TJ with Own the Moment's going to come on next week, and we'll be able to talk a little more in depth, I guess, on TOC then, right?
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, I don't see anybody that I like am super close with that's running a stream right now. So we're not going to raid over tonight, but that will be it. We'll end there. But guys, we'll talk to you later. Okay. Have a good rest of your day or evening, and we'll talk.